Beep, 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 beep.
Pew 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 pew. Hello, everybody.
Beep, beep, beep.
Welcome to We Get to Play. Today we're checking out Index Card RPG, which Bryan, who is to my over there, is going to be running that. So I'm just going to hand that off to Bryan and go from there.
That's great because Outlook or Adobe just crashed, so I gotta
Yay!
find it. And I gotta turn off the sound on Twitch here. All right, hello everybody.
I guess while you're doing that, Index Card RPG is published by who?
Runehammer.
Runehammer.
Hanker and Furnell, also going by Gildabish or something like that.
Do you want to do like a spiel? What is Index Card RPG?
It's an RPG.
Oh, excellent. Sign up today.
So it is kind of a super bare bones, rules light game that blows basically all the doors off of a D20 system, like you'd find in one of the D&D kind of games, and boils it down to its most basic components. And it feels a little bit like the way people want to play old school games, mixed with a lot of narrative freedom. And that boils down to what do you want to do, and you've got very basic stats, but it feels like you could get a very robust game out of it, or do beer and pretzel nights, because literally making a character with a group of friends would take about 30 minutes and you could get right into it.
Yeah, making my character was like so fast.
Right. Yeah, it's like basically pick this and pick. It's even faster than Dungeon World. It's like pick your type, which is your class, pick your bioform, which is going to be like your ancestry, your race, or whatever your game calls it, and pick a couple things. You get some starting loot right away. It's all about loot. Loot is the mechanic that levels you essentially. So without loot, you're not going anywhere in terms of like power level. But yeah, it's super basic. Everybody can, basic in a good way. Like literally anybody can learn to play this in 10 minutes and you could get going.
Do you want to do character introductions?
Yeah, I think that would be good.
John.
Where do you want to start?
I am playing Shelator. It's not. It's not a turtle.
Torton.
Hashtag. Yeah, Torton. Hashtag trademark. A turtle wizard from the stars. Looking for signs of his people, where they came from, where they are going, the mysteries of the universe. I have the power.
Are you trying to find the secrets of Grayskull?
Oh, Gray Skull, Gray Shell.
Gray Shell, yeah, I like it. Nice. And I'm playing Inigo, a elven woman who is very hard to discern what she looks like because she's covered in black body wrap, you know, those pseudo bandages that people wear when they're trying to be stealthy and sneaky, which she is. She's a shadow.
Smoke bomb.
Yeah, and her point is she is looking for a six-fingered person.
Ooh. Very nice. So, we won't get the full effect today since Index Card RPG has a series of index cards that you can play tarot style to create an adventure on the fly or to develop an adventure if you're out of ideas. But there's these handy dandy little adventures that came with my master edition. So we're going to play the Red Fang adventure today.
Red Fang or Red Thang?
Red Fang.
Thang.
So, yeah. Is there anything in particular about your characters that you want to share with the group here?
How do I know you, Shelator?
Well, I move around a lot. Probably came across you at a bar. most likely. I mean, everything starts at a tavern, right?
Right?
Has to be. It's canon.
Fact.
We probably cleared out the cellar of giant rats, and it's kind of probably for just following you, see where you're going.
Okay.
Excellent. So why are you adventuring with Shelator there?
Well, Shelator does not
go.
have 6 fingers. On one hand, I should have, specified. Because I believe Shelator does have 6 fingers total, yes?
I don't know if Shelator even has fingers. Like they're turtle people.
I
So
mean,
he
in the
probably,
pictures, they have hands,
nubbed.
so...
Do they?
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't really look at them. I was like, it's a turtle person. It's probably fine.
They're just stumps with claws.
Yeah, little claws.
Grabs things like this.
Yeah.
Well, I've noticed that Shelator, despite being kind of spindly and more attuned to magic than swinging swords and stuff, which I'm used to standing behind those people, or at least letting those people go charging in so that I can sneak around and stab people in the back. Shelator does have a big shell, and so it's hard for Shelator to really hide. So I feel like it's easier for me to hide while Shelator's around.
Very nice.
And since the last group that was trying to help me find somebody with 6 fingers on one hand is no longer in this world, let's say, I had to find a replacement group, starting with Shelator.
Wow.
They went plane jumping. I don't know what you're talking about.
Uh-huh.
It happens.
Did they go plane jumping on purpose?
Now that's the question.
All right. So as we jump into this, I'm going to kind of just go over a quick brief of the kinds of actions for those that aren't familiar with the game. So the core system of this is you can play a Theater of the Mind. It's really meant to be played Theater of the Mind, or you can do it on grids and with terrain. But there's no counting squares or anything. Everything is broken down into 3 distances: close, near, and far. So somebody close, you're basically in melee range. You can hit them with a sword. Someone near is a few steps away, so you could probably hit them with like a spear or something that had a little bit of range to it without moving, or you'd have to move to them. And then there's far. And far is you got to spend your whole turn getting there. They're more than 60 feet away, essentially, is what is the idea. And if they're beyond far range, then there's nothing you can do to them, and conversely, there's nothing they can do to you. The 3 actions that you'll be doing mostly today will be action only, which is like you say, I want to do this. If it requires a roll, you'll make a roll. And then there's you can move near plus an action, or you can move far. And moving far takes your entire turn unless you have some loot that allows you to move far and then attack or do some other action.
I do have a quick question about that.
Uh-huh.
So when you have a ranged weapon, how far do they shoot? Is it far, or is it...
It should say in your weapon description, but most ranged weapons like a crossbow or a bow and arrow will shoot to far range.
Gotcha. Thanks.
Yep. All right. The kinds of checks we'll be doing today, if it's a simple action, it's auto success, right? Determined by moi. If you have to do a check, you'll roll a d20 plus your stat, and you have to beat or meet the target number of the encounter, which you'll know, which I set. And then there's attempts. So an attempt is you meet or beat the target, and you roll for effort. The target could be the room target. The target could be like a contested action, like I'm trying to hit you with my sword, so I roll against your AC or whatever the weapon tells me to roll against. Some magic items will change that a little bit. So if I meet or exceed that, I'll roll for effort, and effort is essentially the damage if it's an attack roll, or if it's something like picking locks, that some sort of extended action that's not instantaneous. Then you'll have a certain amount of effort points that you have to accumulate to complete that task. All right. One of the cool things about the system is it kind of exposes the meta, and you play alongside the meta in a lot of ways. Not the new Facebook meta, but the metadata of the game. You're probably getting banned for that one. All right.
Oh.
All right. Well, let's dive into it. You are outside of Dur Moreau in a little farming community as you pass through on your adventures. And as you're eating your midday meal, a frantic child comes busting up into the tavern. And it says, "Help, everybody! I need help! Zelb needs help! He's stuck in the crystal caverns."
Well, I guess we gotta help the little one find something about crystal towers or something.
And I glare at the tavern dog for barking as little Timmy ran in. Does anyone else get up?
No, there's only a couple other people in here, but a lady from the back kitchen runs out and says, "What's happened to Zelb? What's happened to my husband?" And the voice says, "Well, he went down. He went down to find some better fishing areas, and he went into the crystal cavern for some reason. And everybody knows not to go in there. And he got stuck. He says that there are dwarven blood sorcerers using this place, but he can't get out of the cavern. He's stuck."
Does he need a rope or something?
I don't know. I didn't go in there. I just heard him yelling when I was playing near the area I shouldn't have been in.
Well, that'll teach you to stay out of areas that you're not supposed to play in. Otherwise, you get roped in to things like this.
True.
There really should be a sign.
A sign of what?
Just a sign.
This
says,
drumstick is really dry.
You should send it back.
Well, I mean,
Yes.
I've eaten like half of it.
I'm sure it's fine.
Somebody says, "They're all dry here."
Ugh.
That was 2 days ago, meal.
Leftovers are thrifty.
That's why it's half price today.
I knew you were cheating me. Well, if no one else is going to get up, then I'm going to finish this drumstick and wait to see if anyone else gets up.
And the lady says, "Oh my God. Zeb knows not to go there." She looks around and skims over the farmers and stuff, and her eyes settle on you. "Good adventurers. Could you help? Could you,
Gonna look around to see who she's talking to.
Can I purchase your services to go find my husband in that cave?
I
And
mean,
get him out there?"
you could barely afford spices apparently because this drumstick is terrible.
Well, the granny's still doing the cooking. She's still here in this world. And I don't have the heart to tell her it sucks. But I have some coins saved up that I'd be willing to part with if you could go get my husband. His dumb ass should be out on the lake fishing. He's a fisherman, not a splunker.
Does your husband have 6 fingers on one hand?
Not that I remember.
Huh.
I think I'd remember something like that.
Oh, you would. You would.
She looks at her hands. It's like, how does that work?
It's an evil number.
Dun, dun, dun.
I mean, how much coin are we talking about here?
Oh, I could give you. I don't know what the baseline in this in this world is, but
all the
we'll
money
say-
that is in
we'll
this
say-
coin purse.
We'll say 10 coin each, and then free room and board for 2 weeks.
Oh, because I really, that's awesome, because I want to stay here and eat more of this dry food.
She says, well, tomorrow is stew, and it'll be fresh. You might want to find someplace else to eat on day 3, though.
Shelator, what do you think?
I mean, I do like a good voucher.
Fine.
Oh, yay! She gives you both hugs.
Oh,
She didn't ask first either.
Oh,
you are greasy, woman. Seriously. Oh.
You try running a kitchen. It's not as easy as sneaking around and stabbing people.
Exactly. There's
Okay?
a reason that I don't run a kitchen.
it's true.
So, what would you like to do?
Where are these crystal meth caves?
They're south of town near the lake. They run under the lake, actually, so they're kind of... Sometimes it floods. That might be why he went down there, to see if it was flooded with some fish trapped in some of the nooks and crannies.
Now he's trapped.
He is.
They should
I have
put a
half a
sign
mind to
up.
leave him down there, but I need him on the lake fishing.
Well, let's. I guess I'll get up from my seat. Let's go.
I'll
No
chug
time
the
like the
rest of
present.
my cider, and then as we walk out, I'm going to elbow Shelator. They're going to pay us 20 coins of some denomination to go throw a rope into a cavern to get some guy out? We should hang around here more often.
It could be a good place to sit and ponder things, I suppose, for a while. They have a lake.
Do your kind
Sounds-
swim? Do you like that?
Oh, yes. I mean, every Torton likes to swim.
Huh.
Right?
Obviously,
It is known.
it is known.
Well, I mean, now it is, because you told me.
It's canon.
All right. Something I told you guys we were going to do. I forgot. So we're going to take a step out of the game a moment. Messenger runs up to you guys and dumps a bag of stuff at your feet. Dear sirs, this is from the guild. You have forgotten to take these with you on your latest adventures.
I thought you thought we were the trash people. Kick your scrawny little
Trash
ass.
So let's, because since there's only 2 of you today, I was gonna roll for some extra loot.
Nice.
Just to give you kind of a fighting chance here. So why don't you guys roll a D100 and tell me what you get?
106.
Excellent. You get nothing.
92.
87.
92 and 87.
Did we join a guild? When did we join a guild?
Oh, it's something from like my previous days. I had you sign that paper, but I didn't really tell you what it was for.
Oh.
It was a membership for this. Remember, and then you gave me all that money that I said was for the guild?
Oh yes.
Okay.
There are so many papers. Is that the same papers as the last set of papers, or was that
No,
before
that was a different one. That was for a timeshare that I had that I needed to get rid of. I really appreciate you taking that off my hands.
Oh, is that the dream vacation hotspot?
Yes, it absolutely is.
We'll have to
Nice.
go there one day, I think.
You should
Nice.
do that. You should.
Yeah, yes. Yes.
So, all right, Inigio, you have. How do you say your name?
Inigo.
Inigo. You get a magical dagger that does magic damage. So instead of using weapon, you would use the magic die for your effort with that weapon.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
And so, Shelator, you rolled an 87, is that what you said?
Indeed.
All right, you receive an iron gut belt.
Iron
Yes.
gut
What?
belt.
Yep. It's a +1 defense item. And if you fail a con roll, you may try one more time.
Nice.
So it's +1 defense,
Yep.
and if fail con, can roll again.
Yep.
I feel like
Once.
it's just a metal plate that like he wraps or like lays on the bottom of his shell.
It's aluminum foil.
Right.
Gotta be.
All right, so let's do this.
So I put my defense loot to.
Ooh, should we roll on the cursed tables?
Oh, curses.
I mean,
Right.
I didn't bring
So-
back the rest of the adventuring party to the guild last time. They might be sending us some weird shit.
That's funny. All right, do another D100 roll.
D100.
You still see some stuff at the
100.
bottom of the back. Ooh, 100.
Each of us or just one?
Both of you. Yep. So, Skeletor, you find an amulet. Shelator.
Shelator.
Can't believe I just said that. Mattel's coming after me right now.
Right.
Like helicopters. I have to do this quick. So you get a Heartstone amulet that adds 1 heart to your max.
Oh.
Nice. Although interesting enough, I think next year there's a Masters of the Universe RPG coming out, so
Hell yeah.
Yes.
I'm all over that.
we will be playing in the future on We Get to Play
He-Man.
Masters of the Universe.
He-Man.
I'm super into
He-Man.
it.
All right. What did you get there, Inigo?
I got a 88.
88.
So now I'm at 2 max heart, right?
Yep.
Nice.
Okay. All right.
So that means you should have 20 hit points,
Tanking wizard.
right? Because I only have 10 hit points.
All right. You gain a little vial of invulnerability oil.
What
It
does
takes an action. It takes an action for you to anoint yourself on your forehead, and you cannot be harmed for 1d8 rounds.
Wow. Is it a one and done kind of vial, or does it have multiple uses?
Yeah, it's a one and done.
Okay. Thanks.
All right, and then the messenger says, "Please sign here," and then.
I'll have Shelator sign for that.
Oh, yeah. Shelator.
And Dine's gone. All right.
There's always so many papers to sign everywhere we go.
The guild is really fussy about that kind of stuff. I appreciate you handling that.
Oh, yes.
So you are given directions. The voice says, "I have to get home to my mother. She'll be worried. Otherwise, I would take you. But I'm not supposed to be there."
I mean, it's good for you to break the rules because otherwise Zelb would be probably dead.
Dead.
So keep on breaking the rules, kid. Hey, you don't have 6 fingers, do you?
Nope. Runs off.
I think that little bastard might have had 6 fingers.
Oh, then you should strike him down.
I'm sorry, what's that?
Strike him down.
Well, I don't.
Probably.
Never mind. Let's go.
Isn't it what you're here to do?
No, we're here to find Zelb. Aren't you paying
Oh,
attention?
yes. I was thinking about the infinite expanse of the universe.
The what?
The infinite expanse of the universe.
I
It's
really don't know what you're
very-
saying.
It's very big.
Huh.
It's,
Indeed.
It's very large.
Does that have anything to do
Super
with these crystal meth caves that we're going to?
I know a spell or two involving crystals, and yeah, might have something to learn there. Some mysteries are found in caves, and crystals have healing auras.
They do?
Magic in things.
Wow, I learn something new when I'm around you every day.
I have all the knowledge right here of the universe. Just sometimes it's hard to parse it all out.
Just gotta tune in, right?
It's just listen to it. It's out there, the truth and things.
And things.
I like it.
There's definitely things out there.
Oh yes,
there is.
It's
all right,
true.
so you guys walk for about 30 minutes, and you find this kind of cave entrance that has it's been somewhat carved to kind of look like finished stone, but it's like the artisan gave up partway through it. And you hear something coming deep from within that sounds like this horribly groaning yell coming out of the cave, and it's echoing. It sounds like it's coming closer to you. Like,
shoot it on sight? It's usually what we do. We usually attack first and then try to not have to answer questions later. I know you're still new to this.
It is easier. It's efficient.
Okay. I'm just going to go over... Are there trees or anything to hide behind?
Yeah, there's some rocks and some bushes and stuff.
Okay. So I'm going to go over here and strategically place myself out of view. You stand here, and I'll kind of align Shelator to be bait. And if the thing comes out and attacks you, I have got your back.
Well, maybe it just needs a nice cup of tea or something.
Yes, you work on that.
Yes, that's just a wonderful idea. Capital. Yeah.
And as you start pondering the ways of tea, a grizzled and breathless dwarf comes running out. He's got a fishing pole in one hand, and he's throwing rocks over his shoulder with his other hand, screaming at the top of his lungs. And he kind of matches the description of Zeld that you found, but he's much dirtier, and his clothes are torn, and he is running as fast as his little legs can take him. And hot on his heels is looks like a tentacle or a giant eel coming out of the cave at him. And with that, we'll roll initiative.
Oh. All right, so that's just... is there an effort to that as well? Or a stat that's attached? Is it dex?
No, I think it's... Here we go. I think it's just a D20. Yeah, a modified D20, so everybody rolls.
Okay.
Oh, that sucks. What did you get there, Shelator?
14.
All right, Enigio, what did you get?
I got a 5.
Inigo? A 5. Well, I got a 7. So...
I mean, I'm just getting hunkered down.
Right? Yeah, you're kind of wandering off.
Right.
So, Shelator, the way this works is Shelator will go first, and then it goes clockwise from him. And since we're not around a table, since I am to his on my screen to his left, we will go to you, Inigo, after him, and then it will be my turn.
Gotcha.
So, Shelator, what would you like to do as you see this massive eel coming out from behind?
What is the range of the eel, of the dwarf, and of my companion?
So
are they all near?
So yeah, so your companion would be near. The eel would be near to you, and Zelb is probably in the close range, so you could probably reach out and grab him right now if you wanted to.
Okay. I am going to cast Crystal Sanctuary.
Mm-hmm.
It's like my shell kind of like extends out in kind of an ethereal sort of way. So all allies within near. So I'm going to treat this dwarf as an ally. Get +3 defense. So I rolled my intelligence, right?
Yeah. So the target number for this encounter is 12. So roll a d20 plus your intelligence and beat 12, or meet or beat.
It's 19 plus 3 is 22.
Yep.
Nice.
So you get it. So what does the spell do? It grants a +3.
Yeah, so it's like a grid of hexagonal energy shields, and everyone within near has a +3 defense.
Does that apply to you or just your allies?
All allies. So unless does it have to say and me or?
Yeah. Since it specify allies, it would be just them.
Okay, so all allies within near will have a +3 defense.
Dang, I like that spell.
It's a great spell. And I will. Can I interpose myself between the dwarf and the eel?
Yeah, that shouldn't be too hard because he's gonna run past you. It looks like.
Okay.
He doesn't even really kind of see you yet. He's just looking over his shoulder and. All right.
Yeah. Your wife is looking for you.
He turns around and runs back inside.
Right. He's like, take the eel. I'm supposed to be fishing. All right. Did you want to move, or did you just want to hold your ground where you're at?
I'm gonna hold my ground, because tentacles are usually attached to things, and that probably has some kind of endpoint. So we'll just kind of get a gauge for the length of this creature, unless it's independently moving on its own, like a detached tentacle eel thing.
Okay.
What are the possibilities?
Cool. Inigo, what would you like to do?
Yeah,
this thing is also near to you.
What so this thing is stretching out, but is it in the air? Is it like reaching out, or is it on the ground? Like it's slithered out like a... It's
kind of like flying through the air a little bit. It looks like a snake going up and down, but it's in the air. It's not touching the ground quite.
Okay. So my plan had been to shoot whatever was making the noise. Seeing that it is this dwarven fellow instead, and that Shelator has gone through all of this energy to protect, I know what Shelator just did. I will realize that this must be Zelb, and if it's not, well, Shelator gets to deal with the consequences since he's right next to this thing. I'm going to look into the cave from where I am. Do I see anything attached to this thing?
Now you can kind of make out that it looks like to be independent, but it sounds like more things are coming. So now that Zelb is out of the cave, there's a higher pitch sound that you can make out coming from the cave itself. So it sounds like the little cries of more eels on the way.
Huh. I mean, I've never seen flying eels before, so I'm kind of intrigued, but I am still subscribing to the shoot first, don't ask questions later. So I'm going to shoot it with my crossbow.
Excellent. So roll Dex plus a 1d20. And your target would be...
Is it 12?
Yep.
Yes! Because that's what I got.
Yay! All right. So now you would roll your weapon effort plus whatever number is on top of it, and that's how much damage you would do.
7.
Ooh, good job. It rises and this black inky liquid comes out of it, and it kind of pauses for a minute and curls up, but it doesn't seem to die.
Is it still floating, or did it fall to the ground?
No, it made contact with the ground, and it's kind of rearing up like a snake now.
Okay.
Let's see. Are you staying where you're at?
Yeah, if anything, I'm just going to crouch down even more and try and make sure that I look as much like this shrub as possible.
Excellent. All right. Zelb keeps running. He runs to the nearest big tree, and he's like, oh my god, they're after me! And this eel is going to attack our friend Shelator.
Bring it on.
Shelator.
Out of curiosity, do I need to make a stealth roll for hiding?
Well, that would be an action, and so you've taken an
I
action.
see. Gotcha.
So, but I mean, you can kind of stand there and hopefully it doesn't see you. All right, it's going to attack you with its big old self. Try to wrap around you.
Love it.
What is your armor class?
So my defense currently is 16.
Yeah. 16 plus 4. It misses. It kind of just bounces right off of your shell and can't quite get a grip around you because of your girth. And it rears back. And then as it rears back, another one moves up and takes up place next to it. So now there are 2 of these giant tentacle eel creatures in near range of you.
Tentacles.
What would you like to do, Shelator?
So they are now definitely not attached to a larger mass inside the cave. They definitely are.
They look like to be independent masses of themselves. Yep.
Fascinating. Let us. I'm gonna, I guess, blow one of them up, I suppose. So, okay. So the shield will go down. It went on my next cast. All right. So, I'm going to shoot one with a arcane missile.
Nice. Okay.
All right. So that's a D20 plus my intelligence, right?
Right.
So it'd be a 13.
Yep. You hit.
Okay. So let's see here. If only doing 1 damage, it ricochets. But how do I do damage? It's just my effort, right?
It'll be magical effort. So it'll be your D10 plus whatever number is on top of your effort or your D10 effort. I think it's a 3, right?
It's a 3, so I'd roll a D10 plus 3.
Yep.
Or 3D10.
No, D10 plus 3.
Okay. 11.
Nice. And are you hitting the new one or the one that you had damaged before?
The one that had been damaged before.
Okay. So you hit this thing and completely vaporize it. It just disappears into a cloud of ash.
That's how stars are made. But the crystal translucent crystal shell dissipates as I unleash this arcane bolt.
When that disappears, does it have a visual effect?
The arcane bolt or the shell?
The shell.
Oh, I mean, you got to go like total 1980s. It goes, and spins out.
Nice.
Like kind of like weird ghostly triangles.
I try and grab them and put them back around me. I'm like, no, come back.
So kind of like Tron. And
very Tron.
Right?
Yeah, 100% Tron. Yeah.
Nice. You hear Zelb go, "Oh my God, what the hell is this?
It's magic."
I'm never going down in the meth caves again."
Meth is bad.
Not even once.
Somebody should put a sign there.
Right?
Sure, totally.
Who's in charge of these things?
The next council meeting is 3 fortnights from now.
Oh, I have vouchers for a hotel stay for that long. I'll be there if I have things I'd like to bring up to the council. Sorry, are we fighting these things? Oh, yes, we're fighting these things. Sorry.
Inigo. I'm never going to say your name right. Inigio. Say it again.
Charles.
Charles.
Her name is
Inigo
Charles.
Montana.
Ego, your
Right.
turn.
Yeah, I'm Hannah's sister.
What would you like to do?
Okay, so one of these just blew up, and then that awesome shield thing went away. which doesn't really make me want to come out anymore. But I'm gonna just kind of aim and reload my crossbow. There's no like, it takes a turn to reload your crossbow or anything like that, correct?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, you're ready to go.
And I will shoot at the one that's still there.
Okay. So do your D20 plus your dex.
18.
Sweet. Yeah, you hit it easily. Easily. It just, bam, finds its target.
But only 4 this time for damage.
You hear this little high-pitched squeak. All right, my turn. It kind of looks around. It sees you. It's going for you, Ego. Oh my god. I rolled a 20.
Oh no.
20s are awesome. Because not only do you...
For the person rolling it.
Yes. So a 20 is a critical. Whether you're fighting or you're doing regular efforts.
Yeah.
You always do regular damage plus a D12. So you get to do an ultimate damage as well. So I would roll regular weapons and add to that an ultimate effort. And if you happen to have bonuses on your ultimate effort, you add those as well.
Nice.
So let's see what happens.
Yeah. We might find out what dying looks like right away.
Right. All right. Normal weapon damage, near reach. Yeah. So, regular weapon damage is a D6 plus a D12 because that's how I roll. 12 damage.
Yeah, that's enough. I'm
go.
like, it's coming towards me. I start like pushing myself back from this thing, and I stumble and fall over, and it just like bites me in the face.
Yeah.
I am
wraps around you and
unconscious.
Bites the hell out of you. All right, this is how dying works. In the older editions, it used to be roll a d6, and that's how many rounds you have. Now it's roll a d4.
Right? It's even harsher. Where are my d4s?
So, go ahead and roll a d4.
Oh shit, 1.
Oh shit, indeed 1. Okay, so what you can do is let me find recovery here.
I think on my turn I get to roll a d20. If I get a 20, I don't die.
Yep. Right. I think you get hit points back and you come back into the fray. But and since Acrobat keeps crashing on me, I had to open this in my browser so I don't get the handy like quick thing. Death and Recovery, page 16. Death and Recovery.
Fortunately, I didn't get reduced to -20 because you're blown to bits.
Right. So on your next turn, after you drop, roll a d4, although we just did it, so that will be how much time you have left when it comes back to you.
Right.
So, because it's on your next turn after you drop. So, like you said, you could roll a d20. If it's a natural 20, you wake up with 1 hit point, and it's a miracle! If you don't, you're dead for real. What your friends can do is try to don't die on me, man. You go over, make an intelligence or a wisdom check against the current target, and the dying timer would stop. They could also administer healing by some means if it's available. So, That's that. That was my turn. All right, Shelator.
Hmm.
You see your companion fall. You hear Zelb cry out, "Oh my god!" What shall you do? This thing stands before you.
There's only one of them left, right?
Yes, that you can see.
I will blast it with arcane power.
Arcane power.
Arcane power. This is 16.
Excellent. All right, roll your magical effort.
5 plus 3 is 8.
All right. Combined with what your companion did before, that is enough to make it drop to the ground. It withers for a few moments and then stops.
Nice.
So,
I guess I'll shuffle over to Inigo.
Stand over him as he...
Her.
Or her as she... Sorry.
What's your name? Who are you?
I think I missed that. I think I missed that in your description. I should have been paying more attention instead of dealing with Acrobat. You see Shelator. You sense Shelator standing over you. So this is when your timer starts. You can roll a d20 there, Inigo.
So do I roll it? So is it like this was a little confusing. So you get however many rounds. Like that's when it comes to you. So then do you roll your 20 that round or the next round?
Let's see. So on each of your turns while you're dying. Yeah, so since the timer starts this round, you're technically dying. So you rolled a 1, and so that means there's technically one more round. We always stay in rounds, even when we're like not in combat.
Right. So that's what was confusing, because it's like on your round, roll a d4. That's how many rounds you have. So you're already on your round. Do you essentially get another one after that, or is it this round?
So like I had you roll it early. So you shouldn't even rolled it until this round. So that means
right now it's my turn. I roll.
It's your turn. You rolled a 1.
Right.
You get one full round to come back to you. So that means like your friend here, Shelator, could act, Zelb could act, or you could roll a miracle and go ahead and roll that d20 because you are dying. So on each of your turns while you're dying, you get to a very narrow chance of a miracle. So
yeah. So that was the confusion for me. Is do you roll the miracle this turn? Sorry, this round.
Go ahead.
It failed. Sure. It failed. I'm just like clarifying.
Okay. Yep. That's how I see it. So,
okay.
Yep. Zelb runs over. It's like, oh my god. Thank you for your help. You're not gonna die on me.
You're not gonna die on me. For the team.
And he pulls out a little vial and pours it down your throat. And you get 10 hit points.
Wow.
So
good
you're
vial.
back. You get
I like it.
You get your full heart back.
I will sputter awake. Consent. I didn't consent. Oh. No, that's good. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Kind of cherry flavored.
That's the best kind.
Right, it is. And he goes, "Oh, thank you, my friends." And he pulls out a bigger, hanging on his belt. It looks like it is about a quart bottle. And he pours some in a cup and hands you the bottle. And it seems to be some clear spirit that he is passing around.
Yo. And
he gulps his down, and he's like, I need to settle my nerves. This is my nerve-settling mixture.
Oh.
Please join me in a drink here.
Yeah, I'm a fan of nerve-settling mixtures.
Well, if you really want to calm one's heart a little bit, just stare at the sun. Eventually, everything just kind of comes.
Stop. And I put my hands over to block the sun from Shelator's eyes again. Because remember last time you did this? You were blind for like 3 days.
Yes, but I saw so many mysteries.
But Zelb looks at you guys confusedly.
Cheers.
I'm not one to question help that came out of nowhere, but what exactly happens if you don't stare at the sun?
You just miss out on the great expanse, the knowledge that is beyond all of our comprehension.
But at the same time, you get to experience your life for the time that you are living it.
Well, yes, they happen simultaneously.
But you don't get to see it when you're staring at the sun.
Well, you see other things. Vision is it's not necessarily it's a metaphysical. It's a metaphysical concept. Open your mind. You'll learn so many things if you just
Open your mind.
open your mind. That something about the truth and out there. Also, you should also go fishing. It is why we've been sent.
Yeah, your wife is very upset with you.
I imagine so, but fishing hasn't been so great. And sometimes you can find really atypical fish down in the caverns that either taste differently or sometimes they're infused with magic and I can sell them for a bit more.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah, I guess.
Infused with magic, how?
I don't know, there's something about the caves. My dad used to tell me stories of this cave that it would bring those who study magic into it and corrupt them in some way. And I can't find the adventure. Hang on.
Fortunately, we don't have any of the... damn it, Shelator.
What? It sounds fascinating.
Come back
Here we
here.
go. I found the adventure again.
Something about entropy and...
Yes,
let's go there.
my dad would tell me stories of a cabal of dwarven blood sorcerers that would use the grotto within the cave system for nefarious ritual. It was always rumored that they were trying to bring back Aras the Red Fang, but it has to be a myth, because in the stories, Aras destroys the world.
I mean, that's all fascinating, but we've done what we came here to do, Shelator, which was to fetch Zelb out of the cave. Easy peasy.
I mean, I don't know if this is entirely complete. Yeah,
no, that's what she specifically said. Hey, if you go and get Zelb, I'll give you this free food and room and board and coins. 10 coins of some denomination each.
But magic fish, magic fish are worth money.
Zelb kind of looks at Shelator and says, "If you don't mind me asking, where exactly are you from? I don't think I've seen any of your kinds around here."
Well, that's disappointing. I haven't seen many of my kind, and its time is immaterial. If you look out across the expanse, you eventually will find where you come from. And just looking for where you're going really is the question.
That's very interesting, because on some of the cave writings and paintings that are down there, and a few carvings, there are a couple of murals that have creatures that look like you.
Well, that's all I need to hear. Excuse me.
No, Shelator, no.
What? They're fine. There's fish to eat, and we've already killed the eels from hell, and it's fine. It's fine.
So, Zelb, can I walk you home?
He's going fishing. He has a job to do.
I need to make sure he gets home safe so that we get paid. I'll catch you later.
He goes, I'll make sure that you get. You should not let your friend go in alone. I made that
Who?
mistake and nearly died.
Oh, Shelator, right. Right.
I do thank you, and I shall wait here a few burns of the candle to recover my wits with my nerve calming potion.
I think
do
you
that
should.
on a boat fishing.
No, I don't think he should go fishing on a boat with his nerve calming potion. You tend to get a little wobbly.
It counteracts the motion of the ocean, though.
Come on, let's go. I'm sure
Pull
there's
my
a stash
boat bolts out of the
thing.
ground where they're laying and follow Shelator, who's babbling as they walk into the cave. We should have asked for extra to do this. That's all I'm saying. We don't have a contract.
You have papers, and yeah, we'll draw something up later.
You don't understand how paperwork works. We have to do it before.
Always,
the guild will not support us in this endeavor. There'll be no health insurance, just so you know.
Yeah, I've got a voucher. I'm sure it has compensatorial value. That's a word. Yes, that's a word. Compensatorial.
It is a word.
It's an older word.
Is that a word you learned while you were in the spaces between the stars or staring at the sun?
Well, yes, I learned many words.
Not making me feel better.
Incomprehensible babblings from things beyond.
Well, if you stare at the sun long enough, you start to see this purple shadow world that's only visible when staring at the sun.
After it stops hurting, that's when you really see the truth. Come on then, let's go.
Just go. I'll follow.
All right, so you're going in.
Oh yeah.
All right, there's this kind of path that extends downward into. It looks like it curves to the right, and it looks like some carved stairs, and then like just some jagged stones, like they were only carving in the choicest spots. So you have some natural cavern to traverse and some stairs to make it easier.
It's good for aesthetics.
And you come upon this crystal cavern that reflects your torchlight or whatever you're using to see, if you need such a thing.
Is there such a thing as not needing it?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't remember what Elf says.
I didn't see anything, but let me double check.
Yeah. So down here, there's actually a stream that winds through the tunnel, and the cave rocks and stalagmites, they all have this red crystal veins that run through them and kind of cast this low grade glow that reflects on the water. It's not quite enough to really see your way, but it's enough to give you this like really eerie kind of landscape.
You said crystals have healing properties. I'm gonna run over and start chipping some out.
Well, I just.
And so you see, you start pounding on some of the rocks right next to you. You also see stairs that lead down to an iron door on the far wall. And you can see things that are, so there's like little pools of water as well that branch off from the streams where it's kind of overflowed every now and then. It kind of carved out these little puddles on the floor. Something writhes within them.
I should probably avoid the pools. That door, though, looks pretty interesting.
Excellent. What would you like to do, Shelator?
The door.
Hey, Shalator, real quick, how many of these do I need to stay healthy? Continue chipping some out.
I mean, it's not really entirely in my study. You got to find the right priestesses who understand the inner workings of the crystals and their
Wait,
alignment to the stars. And it's something that I heard when I was in the tavern, and there was this young one who was saying something about using quartz or something on
So what you're
the
saying is
solstice.
earlier when you said that crystals have healing properties, you were just regurgitating tavern talk?
Well, that's how you learn things. It's you go to the tavern and then you get all the information you could possibly need to go to the next place. And
Oh god, the tavern dog is back.
oh no,
That's the best Foley I've ever heard.
it's probably fine.
I mean, just in case, I'm going to pocket the crystals because the tavern
Okay.
talk might have been correct, but now I'm not quite so sure, and I will follow Shalator down to the...
All right.
Door.
So, are you guys trying to avoid the puddles, or do you want to just kind of traipse on over?
I feel like avoiding the puddles is a good idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, the target number in this room is also 12. Except the puddles are everywhere, and it's going to be a hard dex check to avoid disturbing the things that are arriving within them.
Now, is this a stealth roll?
Yeah, I could consider that a stealth roll.
Because my stealth rolls are always easy.
Excellent. Okay, so what hard and easy mean is if something is hard, it's +3 to the room's difficulty. If it's easy, it's -3 to the room's difficulty.
Well, I failed.
So... Okay, what did you get?
That's an 8.
Okay.
And I got a
Excellent.
natural 20 plus 4.
Ooh, all right. So you make it to the door. Say your name one more time, Jeremy.
Inigo.
Inigo.
My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father.
Inigo.
Prepare to die.
Inigo. You make it to the iron door, no problem, and you kind of just like skip on over there, over the puddles. Shalator, on the other hand, splashes his foot right in the middle of one that's near the door.
Oh no.
And out of it, these eels start wrapping around his leg.
Shocking.
Oh, it's them again.
And these look different. These are like much smaller, but they're in a mass.
Ah,
They're like a little swarm of these smaller eels. So roll initiative.
Is that Unagi? Ah, what the hell?
Ooh, I got a 19. What'd you get, Inigo?
8.
Woo! Shalator, what did you get?
6.
Woo! All right, we'll start with me. Go to Shalator and then Inigo. So you hear this high-pitched, almost ultrasonic sound as it starts to form around your leg. They seem to kind of merge together into a tingle of eels and get bigger.
Oh.
What do you want to do, Shalator?
So they've just gotten bigger then, huh?
Yes.
Hmm.
And it looks like they got more hardy.
More hardy, huh? Well, it looks like what is needed is an arcane missile to the mass. Yeah.
Okay.
Pew. 18. Does an 18 hit?
Yes, it does.
All right. 9 and 3 is 12.
12 points of effort.
You know
Okay.
And I'm going to use. Does it appear that they are dead?
No.
I'm going to use dice from my memory ring to add
Oh,
6.
nice. Okay.
So another 6.
So that's 18 points of effort.
Mhm.
Okay. They get visibly smaller as you blow a bunch of them out of the rat tail tangle mess. But there's still a little bit of them together, and it looks like they're going to continue to try to attack you.
Okay.
But they are not looking very good. Like they're just covered in like this thick black ichor.
All right.
So, Inigo.
Standing at the door and looking at it, I hear the noise, and I turn around. Oh, for fuck's sake, Shelator, come on! And are they at the closest puddle, or are they further away than that?
It's probably the closest puddle. It's considered near range to you, so you're not right next to it, but you're a few paces away from it.
Gotcha. And when you're near, you can do a move and an attack?
Yep.
Okay. Then I will move forward and try to cut the eels off of Shelator's leg.
Okay. Yeah, you can easily target them and roll your
20!
Woo! All right, so you roll your normal damage and add your ultimate damage to it as well.
Ultimate damage. For fuck's sake.
Minimum of 1, so 2, right?
3, but
3.
when the option was 18 as the high,
Right.
But you add the bonus to that, right?
100%.
So that is 6 then.
Excellent. Okay. Those things get sliced in half. They kind of explode with this black ichor. That smells very kind of acidic, and they fall away. But did you also notice behind Shelator,
No.
more puddles seem to be merging together?
Oh.
Oh shit, they're Captain Planet, run!
So, I guess it's my turn. The eels start to join together and multiply. And there's one single... They all seem to be going to a puddle that's just behind Shelator and growing. Shelator, what would you like to do?
All right. So I have a spell called Create Device. It's a mechanical device.
Create a meat grinder.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm
chipper.
trying to figure out if I were to build like a ballista, that's not what I would build now. Would it come with like bolts and things, or is it just a device?
Question. What's it called? Create device?
Yeah, it's a detailed description of a mechanical device of your mass or less.
I'm saying wood chipper is the way to go.
Yeah, I think it would. I think it would be a single device.
Okay, so it wouldn't be all the bits and bobs that would be
Like if you're
used.
trying to create like an arrow system or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So it would shoot the arrows if I were to do something like that. Or would I need to load arrows? Like that would be separate.
Yeah, the arrows would be separate.
Okay, perfect. All right, so what I'm going to do is, how big are these puddles?
Various sizes, from this big to the eels aren't very big until they start to merge together into that, like a big rat's nest.
Create some kind of net box thing, like a fish trap,
okay.
over one of the puddles that is my sized, or
Okay.
slightly smaller than me, since I'm a big old turtle person.
Okay. And that would probably be the puddle that's right behind you where they're all like going to.
Yep. So I'm gonna create that. It's a simple metal net fish trap thing. to keep it as a mechanical device. So there's probably some sort of lever, and they go in, and there's a net that kind of spins.
Okay.
Let's see here. So that would be okay. So I need to roll a d20.
Yep. Meet or beat a 12.
So that's a 17.
Yep.
And it's created instantly on a modified 12 plus.
Okay.
So I guess it just bamf right then, right?
Right. Yep.
Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna create this fish trap device thing over that puddle.
Nice. Okay. Cool. All right. It looks like the eels that initially started forming into the bigger mass, it doesn't catch them, but it catches everything else coming into the puddle. So it looks like you're stopping it from getting bigger and more tangly with your device.
I'm going to patent this one.
The Eel Catcher 9000.
Eel Catcher 9000, yes.
All right. Inigo, what would you like to do?
So I'm standing there and I'm watching this trap get made, and it dawns on me that all you have to do is we would need to like get stock in rice paper and probably like carrots and celery or something, maybe cream cheese to put into the device. But if it just wrapped around the eel and then moved down and cut it into sections, we could sell it as sushi.
You make a second device to make it a roll,
right?
And just
and then I snap out of it and I realize we all gonna die, so I'm gonna shoot it.
Okay. You're shooting the contraption?
No, I think I'm gonna leave the contraption alone. I think I'm gonna try and shoot the thing that formed as opposed to the stuff that is getting caught.
Right. Excellent.
That is only a 12.
All right, well that'll hit.
Okay. That is 8.
8. Yeah, it does some damage, but it looks like it's kind of like it doesn't have eyes.
Yeah.
But you see it kind of leaning around Shelator, and you get this weird sense that it's looking at you.
I'm gonna move back against the door.
All right. Oh, it's my turn again. Yes.
Mwah, mwah, mwah.
Since you've denied it growing bigger, it's going to attack.
Oh no.
The eels envelop any group of targets within near radius. Anything within takes damage based on the swarm size. So this is a 2-heart swarm, so it's going to do weapon damage to both of you. 2 points of damage.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Now it is Shelator's turn.
Well, it looks like the trap's kind of working, so gonna Eldritch Blast that guy with my Eldritch Blast spell.
All right.
20, dirty 20.
Excellent. So it only applies to natural 20s, the critical.
5 points. 5 points of
5
magic.
points. All right. You hear this high-pitched screaming, and they all kind of like cluster back together and end up in between you and Inigo.
Get in the box.
Inigo, what would you like to do?
Box. Shelator!
So,
What?
I forgot to mention acidic poison. Each round, each time you have, for the next 2 rounds that it's your turn, I roll weapons damage again.
Gotcha.
Ooh.
So it is my turn. So now I take damage.
Yep, you'll take 3 points of acid.
Okay. That it?
That is it.
Gelator, sushi that motherfucker.
I don't know. I have a knife on me. Well, let me check.
And I just like
Use kind of knives.
try and spray and pray, and I'm gonna miss.
Oh, okay. You like just throw your tool belt at it?
Right? Yeah. I pull out like another bolt for the crossbow, and I don't even like pull it back and lock it. I just pull it back and try, and I'm just like and I let it go, and it
Gotcha.
shoots
More like
off
a
over there.
slingshot than a crossbow.
Yeah, almost.
The,
Are there fumbles? I didn't roll one. I
yeah.
rolled a 2, but
I think there are fumbles, but I don't remember what happened, so I have
Gotcha.
to look that up.
You explode.
You explode.
That would be awesome. Save or die. It's Did we go out of order? No, we did not. Did I skip Shelator?
I think it's Shelator's turn.
No,
now.
he did. He did Arcane Bolt.
Yeah.
5
It
points.
is my turn. Okay. This eel. It's going to try to bind Shelator. So, what is your defense, Shelator?
Currently 13.
All right. I rolled a 17.
Oh no!
Oh no!
They kind of unearthly kind of extend and grab you and slam you to the ground.
Oh.
And so they're holding you down quite with this uncharacteristic strength.
I'll get up again.
And so yeah, it's your turn, and it's a hard strength roll to escape if you want to try to escape.
Can I just blast him from laying down?
Yep, it's going to make it a hard roll though.
Hard roll. Okay, so we
Yeah.
increase it to a 15.
15. Yep.
Okay. Nope, miss. Let's say
All right.
6.
Yeah. Pew, pew,
Pew,
missed.
pew, pew, pew.
And also your acid damage.
Uh-oh.
Oh, 6 points of acid damage.
Oh.
And it also disfigures you in some way.
Oh Jesus!
Oh.
Since it did 6 damage in one round. How does it disfigure you?
Oh man, let's see here. Am I being wrapped up by this thing?
Yeah, they're kind of like, think of it like venom, and they just kind of like spread out and grabbed you, and it's like holding you down, and they're like kind of covering your mouth, covering your arms and your legs, and
Oh, it's probably like are they like they're doing the damage with their little tiny weird leechy mouths, right?
yeah.
Yeah, so I've probably got like just I'm polka dotted now with these little burns on my scaly arms and face and my sorry, leather. That we did the turtle. Yeah, it's a leather. And then there's probably like little burn marks into my shell. So I'm like polka dotted now with these scars,
Nice. All
Little-
right.
little leech scars, like a cheetah.
Inigio, you can see this little tendrils of like smoke rise off of him as the acid digs deeper into Shelator's
It's unpleasant.
skin. All right. There's that. Inigio, it's your turn. What would you do? Your companion's down and being somewhat mauled by this creature.
It's gonna highly depend on what you roll for that damage.
Oh, okay. I rolled a 1.
Excellent. Okay.
How close are you?
I have 4 left.
10 hit points is a motherfucker.
Right? How does it look?
Not so good.
Uh,
There is as much of its blood running down Shelator as Shelator's blood running down his.
and I can't hide and attack.
Right. Unless you have loot or something that lets you do that.
So I have an ability, just to clarify, it says make a stealth roll even when in plain sight to simply vanish. It's the disappear trick. Or sorry, disappear ability.
Okay.
What's your take on that?
That would be your action.
Okay. So I'm up against the door.
And the target number is 12.
Yeah. Which is, about average rolling. So, if I moved up the wall, my max movement to be able to move and shoot it, would it be able to reach me?
So you like going to the ceiling?
I don't know. Like, however far I can move up the wall and onto the ceiling.
you could. Yeah, you could climb up. It's a really tall cavern, so I'd say you would be at a far range.
Okay.
If you were to move, but then you would be. So if you want to move to a far range from the creature, that's going to take all your movement.
So if I'm already
you're in near range, right?
I guess.
Yeah, but if you're wanting to be far relative to your target, you would have to move far yourself.
But in order for it to attack me, it needs to be close, right?
No, it needs to be near.
Gotcha. So because it has
so if your intention is to move out of its range, then you would move far, which would consume your action and your move.
Right. Well, I'm gonna move up the wall with my little spider climbing gear, and then shoot it, so I won't end up getting far away from it.
Okay.
That's an 8.
Woo!
See, this is why I was like, it's an average. I mean, hitting a 12 is about average.
All right. My turn. It's going to try to attack Sheletor.
No.
It's going to be an easy roll since he's got you bound. And he misses.
What? Woot.
Because what was your defense?
13.
So a 10. Yeah, I rolled a 9 with modifiers, so. Dice are even mean to me on these one-shots. Sheletor, what would you like to do?
I'm going to try and blast this thing again.
All right, so here's the thing. Since you're taking the exact same action, and that you failed it the first time, it is now an easy roll.
Oh, awesome. All right.
So you need a 9.
A 9. All right, so that is 12.
All right. So you blast it.
Blam. All right.
Blam.
Let's see here. That's 4, and I'm plus 3 is 7. And I'm going to spend another dice from my memory ring, which is 6, so it'll be 13.
Nice.
All right. Yeah, you kind of just. What kind of was that? Force damage or fire damage?
Arcane missile.
Oh, it's probably force. I think
it's
that's the
pure
magic missile.
arcane energy.
Okay, yeah. So you kind of just blow this thing off of you, and it shatters into these little pieces of rubbery bits.
Take that. Yeah, but getting up would be at this stage an action, or is that part of movement?
No, that's just I don't really remember, but since it's dead and nothing else is seeming to attack you, you can move to wherever you want, but you've already accomplished your action. So
okay, I'll start rolling on my back, to build a little bit of momentum so that I can flip myself.
You're just laying down there, pawing at the air. I'll be down in a minute.
You notice that your trap is wobbling, and it looks like all the all the eels out of the other pools made their way into your trap, and now your trap is like nearly at its like bursting capacity.
Well, could build a trap for the trap, I suppose.
Why don't we just
Delay 'em a little
drag
longer.
it? Why don't we just drag it back to town and sell it to the tavern for
Oh
tomorrow's
shit!
for tomorrow's stew? Eel
That's
stew.
not-
Come on.
That's not a bad idea, but I don't know if they're entirely edible. Yeah, I could find out, I suppose. But, oh, that takes time.
The
Trial and error. And... They've got this door over here, too. Ah, the door. I forgot about it. Go check this door out.
As I'm crawling down, Shelator, that spell that you use to create things, can you just make like a simple sign with words on it?
Yeah, I mean, it's a mechanical device, so it probably would spin or something.
That's fine. Could you make one that says "Don't fucking enter the stupid cave"?
Well, I mean, in those exact words, I don't know if that's necessarily regulation. Probably would need proper language on it or something.
Okay, just put "Don't fucking enter." How's that? Is that better?
Yeah. We'll use the proper symbols, skulls, or a person with a hand out going no.
Yeah, so you could be like, "No,
Yes.
fucking
Yes.
enter."
Yeah. Yes. This is that's a good idea. We'll do that when we leave. This door,
No.
though.
No,
It's-
right now.
it's-
There's no
it's-
what door?
There's
There's no
the
door.
over here.
No,
Yeah,
there's
it's-
no door.
It's over here, made of iron. And
I
Yeah.
imagine Inigio's just like, no door here. It's like,
oh, come. Let's open this door.
You know, I'm gonna sit out here and rest for a little bit.
All right, just to mind the eels.
so here's the thing. There is this mechanic called recovery.
Mm-hmm.
And if you sacrifice your turn, and we're always in turns, then you can recover. Let me find that. There we go. You can recover. All right, so you have to do a roll a d20 plus your con stat and meet or beat the current target. If you can do so, regain con stat +1 and HP instantly. So we're kind of in an exploratory mode. We're still in. So if you want to kind of like not do anything else on your turn, you could do this recovery action while Shelator does something, or I do something that's up my sleeve, or whatever.
Yeah. I'm gonna
And you can also do this in combat.
climb up the wall and make a recovery.
All right. So do a d20 plus your con
Yep.
and beat 12.
Yeah. Got a 16. So I get
Sweet.
1 hit point back.
Oh man.
Because it's minimum 1, right?
Well, yeah, unless that's what I would roll, but it doesn't explicitly say. Do you have you don't have? Well, there's no negative stats, so I
Right.
think you're good. So yeah, so if you're con 0, yeah, you would get that because it's con stat +1. Do you have anything in your con?
No.
Okay, so yeah.
So yeah, +1. Yeah.
So yeah, 0 +1. Yep. It's better than none.
It is better than none. Is there a number of, is there a limit to the number of times you can do that per day, or is it?
No, it's you're giving up a turn.
Gotcha.
Essentially, to do that. All right, Shelator, or what's up? I mean, it's going to have a bigger impact in certain situations than
Right.
others, right? So,
I'm
But
fine
they're-
to sit
they're-
here and recover until I'm recovered. For some reason, almost dying twice, and I haven't even gone in the door yet. I just kind of want to be at full hit points.
Yeah, it's probably fine.
you might find treasure on the other side. You never know.
You might,
Treasure on
which will
the
be
other
useful
side.
later on.
Going on the other
You
side.
should totally learn how to wear a shell like this. And
That's what your magic is for. It gives me a shell, but then you took it away.
Right?
Well, I mean, there's other things to do sometimes, than just standing there and taking the abuse.
So is it true that you don't really become a Torton until you find a shell and it transforms you?
Well, it's been a long time, so I don't really entirely remember. It's been a long time. It's a sound theory, though. What I'd love
Excellent.
to get to the bottom of.
So let's see. Enigio, why don't you give me a d20 roll? Or a d12 roll.
A D12.
Yeah.
3.
All right. Over in the corner, as you kind of like have this vantage from the high vantage point you're at, right? You notice there's this moss growing in like a corner of the cave that seems like they have these little like berries on them.
I'll point it out to Shelator.
Okay.
Yeah. It's the opposite direction of this door.
It's
I
true, but
guess-
while I'm taking a recovery, why don't you go over there and check it out? Or you can open the door. That's fine.
I do like berries. So I'll go and go over there and berries growing in caves. It's
Okay.
probably no good.
Well, Shelator, being a mage of a certain repute, you know this is good berry moss, and the little berries, while hard to harvest, they heal 1d6 points of hit points when they're
Oh.
eaten.
Yeah, well, I guess I'll just go ahead and start harvesting these real quick and just just one berry pie.
Right.
Crush them in
Okay.
something about a potion.
And there
Flies
seems to
red.
be there seems to be about 3 clumps of these, and you know that it's very difficult. So roll a d6.
2.
All right. So you go for the first clump, and you're able to pick 2 berries off before the rest of it kind of just shimmers into this magical kind of sparkle.
Okay.
So magical.
All right. So, Enigio, are you still?
Yeah,
Are you sacrificing this turn as well?
as they're doing this, I'm rolling in concurrence with their turn.
Cool. All right. So, Shelator, you want to continue to harvesting, or do you want to deal
Yes.
with the
So
door?
keep
All
on
right, so
harvesting.
The next patch, roll a d6.
1.
Oh, sparkles explode as you pull off one of the berries.
Sparkles explode.
Yeah, the failure of harvesting is like this thing. They just kind of dissipate into magical energy.
Oh, but I did get 1, right?
You did get one, so you have a total of 3 so
3.
far.
Hmm.
And then there's one more batch of them.
I will give that attempt, I guess, in the next cycle.
Okay. Yeah, and Enigio said that they were just going to continue healing
not.
as you cycle through, or not.
Attempting
Okay,
to heal.
So Shelator, make your last attempt on harvesting the
4.
moss. All right, not bad. You got 7 total.
All right. Then I will turn and shuffle back, and I'll munch. Oh no, I can't. Eating one is an action, right?
Yeah, eating one would be an action.
I will turn and shuffle back towards the door.
Right. Let's see, where am I at? I keep moving it. All right, as you kind of contemplate the door, you could eat a berry if you wish while you contemplate the door.
We'll do that, and I will heal 4. Or do I add
Okay.
my con to that, right?
Let's see.
Or is it just a straight?
No,
D6?
it's just a straight D6. Yep.
All right, 4. All right.
How many are you down?
I'm down now 2.
Okay, excellent. Not bad.
It was 8, now 2.
I was wondering how much of a boon the Heartstone would really be, and it seems to be the most coveted magic item on the planet right now.
It was pretty good. And then, how is my companion looking?
I am also down 2, but I only have 10 hit points max, so...
I will hand you, let's see, I've got 6, so I'll hand you 3.
Well, I'm okay, yeah, and I'll put them in my pocket.
Yeah. You don't eat these with, as a type of seaweed that has negative reaction. It's been a while since I've made these things. Just don't eat seaweed while you digest this.
Okay, that's fair.
Negative seaweed for 24 hours.
And the effort of reaching down to take the berries apparently was too much, and I don't heal during this turn.
All right, the door stands there, and it looks like it has a very sort of complex locking mechanism on it.
Yeah, no locks. Yeah,
and it might require. It looks like it might require, to be most effective, a lock picking set.
Interesting. Effort. Recover. Nope. So essentially, I'm going to sit on this wall until I'm fully recovered.
Okay. As you guys are sitting there,
but I don't know if Shelator wants to do anything. So
you notice that the box trap is shaking more and more.
That looks like a Shelator problem.
When you guys
gonna build a
kind
box.
of hear it's like it's always been kind of shaking, but it's getting like you just notice that it's kind of loud, and you look over, and the box is almost like moving, and it's kind of creaking, and you get a sense something's happening soon. And there is a D4 timer out with a 4 on it.
Shelator, we should just nuke that with fire.
Well, I say fire. I used to know a fire speller. I don't know. It's been a while since I've dabbled in the elemental. No, I don't think I can do that right now. If you get through the door, though, I mean, they can't come that way.
They're still going to be here when we come out.
They might go.
These
back
are
to bed.
basic skills that the guild teaches you. This is why I'm telling you, you should have taken the Intro to Adventuring 101 class.
Oh, yeah, I'm in a guild. I'm doing.
I mean, you signed all the paperwork.
I paid my dues. Oh, the door. I'm gonna try and create a device that unlocks doors. A mechanical unlocking device.
Nice, I like
it. Nice.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. No,
I like it.
Something about magic, and that's a 13.
A 13. All right, you make the device.
I will insert the device into the complex lock.
All right. So as you start to do that, Enigio, are you still doing the healing?
Yep.
Or did you want to do something? Okay.
Nope. I'm sitting above the door on the wall, watching this writhing mass.
Looking at the exit, the other exit.
Right. Can I make it to there before that pops open?
And the exit is far from you, so yeah, you could make it to the entrance you came in.
Well,
see
so
if the old man is still there.
The fun thing about having these boots and gloves is I could just climb across the ceiling to get to that. But I'm trying to hold on to this fellow adventurer for a little longer than my last group made it. We haven't quite.
Is it like a personal record that
Right.
you're going for? Okay.
We're near that goal.
Out of curiosity,
But not yet.
How long were you with your last adventuring group?
If we get past this door, I think it'll be the tiebreaker.
Nice.
3 months.
Right?
Nice. All right. As Shelator inserts his mechanical device into the door, you can hear that box like really starting to shake now.
It's probably fine.
Since you have created a proper tool, roll. What is it called? Where is your character sheet at?
Is it tools?
Yeah, tools. Roll tools effort.
Tools effort. Just the effort?
Yeah.
Okay. That is a 4. Not sure. This is just a D6, right?
Yeah, unless you have a plus on it, then you can add that.
Well, no, don't you
Yeah.
roll a d20 and then add your weapons and tools?
Oh, I see. But it's not attached to a stat, right?
Right. So roll a d20 plus.
Plus tools.
No,
Okay.
it would be. Well, lockpicking would be like a dex stat. So since you
Okay.
created this thing, roll your intelligence with your d20.
Okay. So it's
'Cause
a
technically,
14.
we've got to beat the rooms.
14 plus 3 is 17. And I don't
Okay.
add the tools.
No. So the effort would be the tool. So
Okay.
the act of trying to unlock it would you beat the target number in the room. So then the
Okay.
effort would apply. So each round we'll do that, and you get a little bit more effort. So your device is whirling. You hear things kind of clicking in place. It tries
device-
it, and
Sorry, the effort would be a 5, so I have a +1, and then I will use another dice from my ring. Add 4, so that's 9.
Cool. All right. It's not quite there. Enigio, what are you doing?
Trying to get this last hit point back as I'm staring at the box trying to open. Yay!
And you can kind of hear some very small cracking sounds coming out.
I'm telling you,
of the box.
Shelator, kill it with fire.
Well, they don't
Yeah,
make them like
or
they used
force, or whatever.
Shelator, you sense you're so close.
to.
You sense you're so close.
Just a little longer.
Roll 1d10 or a d20 plus your intelligence again, and meter beat a 12.
All right, so that's 6 and 3 is 9. Do I add my tools? Or I
No,
don't
that's only on a successful roll that you would
Okay,
add your
then I'm
tools.
going to spend another dice to add a 3.
Nice. All right.
So that puts me at 12.
Yep, you do it. Roll your effort, which it's impossible at this point for you not to succeed.
4.
The
5,
device
sorry, 5
clicks
total.
open. Okay. So you were at a 9. You needed 10 points of effort. It's a 1-heart door. It unlocks and flings open.
Yeah, just kind of
And
start.
so-
Come on, just don't mind them.
Excellent. Ignigio, the door is open, and Shelator is making his way through.
So I'm sitting above the door. I'll climb down around the top edge of the door and then back up the other side.
Right? All right. You gonna slam the
Oh.
door shut or anything?
No. Yeah, because those fucking things are gonna be there when we come out, so we might as well kill them now.
Well, there's so many of them in a door. Well, they can't open doors. They just be little fish.
So as you guys kind of go into the next chamber, the box starts to settle down,
Oh,
and you don't hear as much creaking. It's kind of like the kind of vibrating it was doing when you first trapped them.
I'm gonna patent that. It's effective. Effective. You learn a thing or
Right.
two in your travels. Fishing is important.
Indeed. Oh, this should be fun.
Why don't we take a
Take a
break
bio-
here?
Yes, I was thinking the same thing.
Awesome. So we'll be back in 5 to 10 minutes.
Perfect.
Awesome. see everybody when we get back.
Woohoo!
Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for letting us have our little lunch break as we did frantic eating and chatting about the game. We've gone through a door.
We've gone through the door, indeed. And if anybody sees this in the future and is a super fan of Index Card RPG and actually knows how it's run, I apologize for any moments where I destroy the game.
Hey, we are doing it according to the quick start, I think, mostly.
A little bit of Kickstart, a little bit of Master Edition. It's pretty compatible. So, uh-oh, my book fell down.
Game's over. We won.
Yeah.
Game is over. Yep, I dropped the book. That's party foul. Players win automatically.
Pretty sure it's
Alright.
that's rule 0.4.
Right. All right, so you guys have just defeated the eels. You defeated the door. You have gone into the beginning of the next chamber where you see stairs leading down to a large circular platform, and there are doors, 4 doors spread out across from each other in this chamber. They look to be 4 stone doors, each hewn in a dwarven style. Rows of tiny holes dot the walls, and narrow gutters run to a grate in the center of the room. And you start to hear a grinding of stone. The door slams shut.
No.
And you have a 4 on the timer. The
Oh.
doors are all near to you. What would you like to do?
Can we tell where that grinding noise is coming from?
The ceiling, and it seems to be lowering.
Oh. Well, there's stairs that go down, right?
Yeah, down to the circular platform that has a grate in the middle of the room. These gutters that slant towards the grate.
Oh, it's just the blood catcher. Gotcha.
Yep.
It's an efficient way to harvest some components. Magic is expensive sometimes.
Yep. And let's roll initiative.
Right.
What did you get, Nigio?
Remember to refer back to the pronunciation guide.
You know, at this point, I'm a lost cause. Inigo, what would you like to do?
That is.
I just forget where the accent mark is.
7.
It's like Amigo, but it's Inigo.
Amigo.
Yeah.
Inigo. That's very good. Thank you. Thank you, Shillator. By the way, Shillator, for your clever device making that kind of saved the day, you get a hero coin.
Nice.
No. Ooh, what is that?
A hero coin is something awesome. It's like a inspiration point in D&D, but about 10 times order of magnitudes cooler.
Excellent.
So,
did you actually do the math on that?
Yeah.
Nice.
I just made it up right there. You can only have 1 hero coin at a time.
Okay.
You can turn in your hero coin to re-roll any die. You can turn in your hero coin to add a d12 onto any die roll.
Ooh.
You can give your hero coin to any other player at any time during play.
As an action?
No, just you just give it to them.
Okay.
It's kind of the part of the meta. You can just be like, you can use the coin. Yeah, using the coin is not an action. It's part of an action. So a little caveat on this D12. If you turn in your coin to add a D12 to any die roll, let's say it's an effort roll, and you had rolled a natural 20, then you would roll your weapon, or you would roll your normal effort plus the ultimate effort, and then you could add another D12 on top of that as well.
Ooh.
Nice.
So with your hero coin, because it is a spectacular. It's supposed to be
Excellent.
epic and spectacular. So you have a hero coin.
Nice.
All right. What did you get, Shelator? I forgot what you said.
18.
Bless you.
Thank you.
An 18. All right. Well, I got a 12. So you control the first turn.
I have the power.
We'll rotate down to Ego.
It's Engino. No, I'm just kidding.
Engino. I'm just going to start calling you Go. So what would you like to do, Shelator?
Well, as it appears that the ceiling will come down and probably feed us to the blood mages or whatever, we should probably get through a door first. But all of them seem to be like metal or like stone slabs, so they have like...
Yeah, they are stone doors that look to be of dwarven creation.
Do they look like they're openable?
Yeah.
By like physical interaction with them?
Yep. Did you want to inspect them? Pick one to inspect a little closer, or?
Yeah.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Okay.
So I'll go to the one on the left.
Okay. So, as you get there, since you're kind of inspecting it, give me an intelligence check.
15 plus 3 is 18.
18. Okay, and I forgot to tell you the target number. This room's target number is going to be 14. All right, so you know that this is a false door. You look at it and it looks like it's just a carving. You don't see any gaps or anything that would indicate that it is a door that could be opened. It looks like a false door.
Dwarves, tricky dwarves.
Rat bastards,
So-
I say.
And so the door that you picked is the first one on you said the left.
The left, yeah.
They will go clockwise around the room, and we'll call that door number 1. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Okay.
As you go clockwise around the room.
Is 4 the one we came in?
No, that's a completely different door. 4 is
okay.
to the right, with 2 and 3 being the left and right of the middle. Does it make sense?
Sure. We'll go with sure.
Sure. All right. Inigo, what would you like to do?
So I'm going to climb down and try and open the door we came in, because I know that's a real door.
It does not open.
Son of a bitch! I told
And there does
you!
not,
No, you'll be fine.
there does
We're
not
gonna
appear
put
to be a way to open it from this side.
What if I used...
Because I got a choo-choo on this one.
Right? So if I took like some iron, like if I took an iron spike and wedged it in there and like was hammering it to like try and wedge it open, does it do anything?
I mean, yeah, it seems like you're going to have to do probably about 3 hearts of effort with a device like a crowbar to get the door open that way.
Well, I suspect that would be my turn.
Yep. I mean, you could technically move if you want.
I came
Like
down the wall.
Oh, that's right. Okay. All right. The ceiling drops a little closer to your head.
Gelador, I told you.
No, it's fine.
So, Shelator, yeah, what would you like to do?
How much more time does it seem like we have before we are pierced to death and drained of our vital juices?
It looks like the ceiling dropped about 25% of the room's height.
Well, I could check all the doors, and that would probably be as much time as we have, and they may all just be false walls. In which case, it's time to use magic, because magic is always the answer. So I will cast the spell Identify. It's creature, object, or feature of land or architecture. So I'm going to target these doors. Like let's see, gain all available information on that specific place or thing. Yeah, so I'm gonna, this room.
Okay.
So it's that's a crit.
Nice.
Nice.
Are there critical successes, or do I just add the 3?
Yeah, so you always critical success is when you also add ultimate effort to that. But let's see.
I don't think I have ultimate.
Well, you always have that effort available. What you're doing will dictate which one it is. Ultimate effort is usually a reward for critting. There's also some loot that will allow you to say you always do ultimate effort when you do a certain thing.
Okay, yeah, I don't have any dice numbers on ultimate, so
that's okay because that's only a plus to the ultimate. So if you had a sword that says do ultimate damage, you would always be able to roll a d12 on that. You just don't have any bonus to that effort type. Let's see.
Okay, so I would add the ultimate to it.
Let's see.
Or do I?
What is the specific wording of the spell?
So it gives me. Get back to the sheet here. Gives me identify all available information on that specific place or thing. So
all right.
I'm just going to try and bypass this for just how does it turn off? Which door is not a false door? How do they open?
Right.
What is this trap? Is it really for harvesting things?
Right. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah. For now, I'll allow it to be as broad as the room. I'd have to think about that. All right. So basically, this room was designed by dwarves, several centuries ago, and it was part of a larger complex in which they were performing research on blood magic and evil magical creatures on how they could both take their power and extend their lives even further. You also see that this room at one time was used by a coven of turtles in their travels looking for home.
Oh, well,
or of tortons, not turtles.
Trademarks.
And that that door number 3 is the real door.
Yeah, okay, I'll start shuffling in that direction. Come on.
All right. All right, so you go over to that door, and that will wrap your turn. What do you tell Inigo anything?
Yeah,
Inigo?
Just waving her along. Oh, okay. Come on.
Inigo, what would you
Don't
like
have much
to...
time.
How do you know? How do you know?
Magic is standard to the They just, find all the patterns and yeah. They just...
The-
I will move with Shelator to that door. Do I have enough to move to it and attempt to open it?
Yep.
I will do so, question mark.
Okay. Well, it's unlocked, so you can just open it.
Yeah, so...
As you kind of inspect it, it looks like doesn't have a locking mechanism.
I will... Is it commercial or residential?
You pick.
Let's go with... I mean, it seems like it would make sense to open out from me, considering it's the door, like the wall, the ceiling is going to smoosh the door otherwise.
Right.
So yeah, let's have it open out. And I will open it.
And it opens to a set of stairs, a short hallway, and then a set of stairs that rises upward. And they're much like that first set of stairs at the entrance, where they're mostly carved, but there are patches of where they didn't carve into the stone. They just kind of left it natural.
Gotcha.
So, could you imagine rolling a 1 on the timer in this room?
How much damage does it do? All the damage.
Let's see. With the grind of stone clockwork, the ceiling descends. It crushes for ultimate in 1d4 rounds and resets the crush again. So,
so it does
ultimate,
go all the way back up and then just goes. So every round, it resets.
Right. And each round I would re-roll. And I would re-roll. Being me, I would re-roll that every time it's reset. So it might jerk up about halfway and then start the crush again,
That's
Or I guess I could just make a bunch of rumbling instead of having it I wanted to signal to you guys how much time without actually telling you.
Yeah.
But I guess I could just be the thing's vibrating and it just crushes straight down
right
at the end of the 4th round or whatever,
Nice.
That's probably how it was meant. It's probably more like a tomato squasher than the slow descent, right?
I mean, the slow descent does give you that movie cinematic,
right?
Threat. Oh my God, are we gonna make it
out? All right. So, Shelator, in Inigio, the wall is about halfway down now, or the ceiling. What would you like to do, Shelator?
This probably isn't it. We should go find another way out and shut the door.
No. Hell, there were probably 14 of them. Yeah. I'm not really sure. I'm sure there's more records. Come. It's fine. And I'll shuffle into the hallway towards the stairs, and roll a d6 for my memory ring. Start
Roger
regaining.
that.
Oh, that's bollocks. That's a 1. That's fine.
Bollocks.
That's fine.
At least you can't get 0, right?
That's true. Hey, it's still a bonus.
Right. So I really thought about rolling on cursed item list too for you guys, and letting you have a cursed item. All right. Inigo, what would you like to do? Ooh, I said that right? Look at that.
Right. As I step into the room, or out of the crushing room, and then watch Shelator walk by, mumbling words that I have no idea what they mean. I want to leave the door open, and I want to watch what happens.
Okay.
Just to verify that that's what it was going to do, because you never know.
Safety mechanism, and probably close.
Cool.
All right. Safety first, and cults safety.
All right, so you want to stand there for a couple of rounds because it's got about 2 rounds left to see if it goes all the way to the bottom.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying? Okay. And Shelator, what do you want to do while your companion is kind of observing the thing here?
I mean, I'll keep pressing. I'm gonna go relatively slow, so at half pace, since I know they're fast enough to catch up. and I'm a big old turtle.
Okay.
And start refilling my memorying. That's a 4.
Nice.
So move at half speed.
And that's when you're not in combat. You can do that. Is that the? Do I remember that right?
On any turn when not casting a spell.
Oh, not cast it. Oh, so you. I guess you could do it in combat even. That's
Yep.
That's cool.
That's
Okay.
pretty good. Like charging up a little bit of a bless or a bardic inspiration kind of thing.
Yeah, for sure. That I kind of like that mechanic.
Yeah.
All right. So, Enigio, are you doing anything while you're watching that? Are you trying to recover or anything?
No, I'm all recovered, so just kind of hanging
Okay,
out,
sweet.
watching. Step back and watch it just in case there's anything we missed.
Okay. Well, then we'll just kind of fast forward, and if Shelator, you wanted to do one more roll on your ring, if
Yep,
you're
that's
waiting
a
for
5.
him. So yeah, it did go all the way to the ground, and you hear this grating, and the ceiling kind of goes shh, 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 and then goes straight back up.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
whole thing should spin.
And all you hear is stone on stone grinding. Now, this could have really got interesting because if you tried to open a false door, you would have been hit with needles that have paralyzing poison.
Of course.
That's what I was suspecting with all the extra holes in the wall.
I love this system because it's like so gonzo, man. These are kind of those fun beer and pretzel night.
I'm
that I
completely
remember
surprised
playing,
we've survived this long.
Me too, actually. All right. So you're faced with this. Or what's up, Shelator?
Oh, sorry. Is there time to perform one recover?
Yeah. You could sacrifice your next turn and
Yeah, I'll do that.
And then
that's a 1.
Okay. So you guys are faced with the long stairway. It looks like it is longer than a banana, and so if you're playing this on tabletop, one of the advice is if it's longer than a banana, it's in far distance. It is far, yeah.
That's awesome.
And people have actually made little cutouts that look like a banana. Yeah. So all right, little tidbit there. So Enigio, Shelator, it looks like he's kind of concentrating on trying to recover here and catch his breath. What would you like to do?
I'll catch
would you
up.
like to continue on, or okay, excellent. So, what's next, Shelator?
Oh man, yeah, the stairs. We'll go up the stairs.
All right.
Yes, we're going up the stairs. You okay?
Excellent.
Yes, exercise. Double step now.
So you get to the top of the staircase, and there's no door, just a carved entrance. And this entrance is fully carved. It's got little dwarven runes on it. It does have a patch of dried blood running down from the ceiling, though, on the outside of it, kind of dripping along the edge of the wall. And as you look inside, it looks like there's tons of old books and scrolls filled with stone shelves. There's alchemical equipment all over the desks in there. There's 5 or 6 desks kind of littered around this room. The room is about 60 feet in diameter. In the exact center, there's a tall red crystal that sprouts from the floor, and it casts a soft, eerie glow across the whole room. Next to the crystal, equally spaced out around it, are 3 large chests. And it looks like the books wrap around the entire circumference of this chamber.
I mean, not trusting this room to begin with, but especially after the last room we were just in. Shelator, look at all the amazing stuff in this room, and I will step aside to allow Shelator to move into the room.
There's no hesitancy. Shelator starts shuffling his way into this trove of written material. He doesn't even care about the chests. He'll deal with that crystal later. He's going to be, I guess, starting with anything that's currently open, or pages that are, out, just to
Right.
do a general scan for anything
Okay.
that would be written in the ancient language of the stars, or bearing any sort of marking that would be from Torton origin.
Excellent.
Totally not the same
So
thing. They're totally not the same.
Completely different.
they're
Completely different.
completely. For one, with a Torton, there's no question on how to apply AC.
True.
So the first table, that's just a few steps into the room, has 3 or 4 large tomes on it. And a bunch of like scroll work. Now, as you look at these books and stuff, they're open. They're very dusty. It's written in a strange language you've never come across. It's almost like it's been turned into a cipher of sorts. But there are a couple of pages that are loose that draw your attention because it looks like the workings of the great cosmos. And there is little circles that are following these little that look like orbits. And it has a strange star patterns that you kind of tickles the back of your memory. And it has a symbol that you recognize. It's the glyph that your people use to identify themselves.
Oh, the many-shelled tortoise upon which there are other tortoises that stand upon the tortoises across infinite space. Yes, it's kind of like getting a note from home.
Right.
And I'm
something
just,
in your heart.
I'm just standing at the doorway watching Shelator talk to himself, waiting for something to smash, burn, dismember, otherwise his body.
All right. So Inigo. What are you doing? While Shelator is wallowing basically virtually in these papers.
So I have a dagger in both hands. One of them's the magical one, and I'm just waiting for something to eat, dissolve, burn, whatever it's going to do to somebody in that room.
All you see in the room is like there's a lot of eerie shadows because of that red light. But there's just this slow pulse through that stone, and it causes the red light to kind of just flicker, just like ebb. It's not really a flicker, just an ebb, and it's been doing that since you saw it, and that's the only kind of movement that you see in this room.
Now I'm going to get it a little bit longer. I'm going to stand here and watch as Shelator moves around.
Okay. Very, very good. All right, Shelator, what would you like to do on your turn?
Well, I mean, I will be, of course, going through all of these things more thoroughly and cataloging. Clearly, I'm going to move here, just live for a bit.
Hence the sign that you're going to need to be like, keep out.
Keep out. Keep out, Shelator. It's mine. I will cast Identify on that cipher. What is that?
Okay. So it looks like it is a strange mix of alchemy symbols and meanings along with the language that these blood dwarves created specifically to keep people from finding out their secrets. And it would take you some intelligent, like many. It would take a while. It would take a lot of effort on the order of like days to translate and decipher this kind of thing. Unless, of course, you had something that would like magically translate it for you, potentially.
No, I've lived this long. I've got time. It's fine. I'll create spells for that later. Yeah, I will shuffle on to the next table.
Okay. So you see on this table little carved stones that fit together and make like hallways and like open spaces, and there's little figures of statued people on these things, and there's one of a minotaur with a bunch of these human looking statues around it, and it's only like an inch tall, the humans, and the minotaur is a couple of inches tall, and its base is 2 inches around.
Oh.
And there's a stack of books that have various like pictographs of like people fighting monsters and stuff.
Well, what kind of strange bestiary is this? Spells. Yeah, fascinating.
Excellent. All right, Inigo, are you still
I mean, at this point, I feel a little better that the room's not going to eat him or something, right? So as I step in,
it was just waiting for that non-spellcaster to step
in. I can't eat the spellcaster. That's dessert. So I'll move in, still being wary, to look at what Shelator is looking at currently.
Okay. He's looking at like, it looks like a miniature castle landscape with little statues representing different people, and like there's one that looks like a little wizard, one that looks like a fighter, and they seem to be fighting this minotaur. And there's books and like these carved stone dice laying around. There's like probably like 6 piles. One was at the end of the table, and the other 5 are just kind of spaced out around this rectangular table.
So are any of these sets of dice nicer than the set that I have? And since I don't have that minotaur figure, I'm going to pocket that.
Okay.
From my, previous times of playing this game with, at the guild in between adventures.
So yeah, some of these dice are nice. Like one of them, it looks like it was carved out of some sort of like obsidian with a red inlay. One of them is made out of what looks like jade. Nice. And then a couple of them are made out of marble. And it looks like really, typical dwarven craftsmanship.
Yeah, they really went in for their dice. I mean, I could just afford like the little like glass ones and stuff that they're not really well balanced. So,
so when you pick up the minotaur, you pick it up, and it starts to go, and then it deanimates.
This one moves. That is so awesome. And I'll pull out a little satchel that I put it like in, and it has my crappy dice and like my figure, which is a little dwarf. But I don't let Shelator see that.
All right. So, Shelator.
Move into the next table. I'm going to catalog this room. Whatever's open, whatever's out.
Right. Okay.
Just the general spread.
So yeah, the general spread is all these tables look like some sort of alchemical research that's all written in this kind of weird thing, and they've got beakers and stuff. They've got reagents that are out. Looks like most of them have deteriorated over time because they were left out. But it does look like there may have been some experiments happening, and then some of the stuff is spilt and some of the things are turned over. So it looks like maybe they left in a hurry, because they did leave out their reagents and some of their experiments out on the table.
Hmm. 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 Hmm.
But there doesn't seem to be like a signs of an actual scuffle in this room.
Yeah, I'll keep going.
Okay. Around the room are various histories and lore based on different cultures. A lot of it is surrounding lore on like blood magic or from all different ancestries and groups that have lived, including now from a few centuries back. It looks like they were trying to collect all of anything that dealt with mythology or lore surrounding the blood gods or necromancy, stuff like that.
No. Forbidden arts. Well, I've dabbled a bit into the things that should not be known. It's powerful, useful. Blood has its purpose. That's why they have a big juicer up there.
All right. Inigo, what are you doing?
Well, I mean, obviously Shalator isn't into this game like I am, and they walked on, didn't grab any of the minis or dice, so I'm trying to figure out how, because I used to have more minis, but they're made of pewter, and like the weapons all snapped or some of their heads snapped off. It's really hard to
Right.
be an adventurer, carry these things around with you. Is there any kind of case that these like could be put in?
Yeah, so
Maybe with some kind of squishy material that
under
holds
the
each
far
one in place.
under the long side of the table, on the other side of the what looks like where the players would sit, are a couple of medium-sized chests that have this very soft cutout stuff in it, and it's layered, and like the biggest chest could fit like 3 layers of these, and there are a bunch of like these minis in there
Oh, there's
already.
more. Oh,
Yeah, and one of the on the end of the table, sitting by itself, is this little clockwork frog that has this little pan on its head with a needle, and it looks like it's got some reddish, rusty looking residue. But it doesn't look like rust because this thing looks like it's made out of copper, so there's little green spots and stuff. But it looks like there had been another substance that goes into that, or has been placed in that container on the
yeah.
frog's head.
So let me just verify it. So this is sitting on the table, this frog.
Yep.
And how
And
big
it's
is
a
it?
clockwork frog. It's a clockwork frog. It's probably like 3 or 4 inches tall.
Okay. And it essentially looks like it has a little catch for like if somebody put their thumb on this needle or something to
Yep.
like. Okay.
Yep, exactly. That's what it looks like.
Um.
Or I suppose it could be a place where you could put a candle, but it'd be a small candle, and there's no sign of wax.
Right. Okay. Well, I heard that they were coming out with a new edition of this game, and maybe this is from an older edition that I've never played before, but I've never like read anything about rules for that frog or what it might do. So I am interested, but first I'm going to take the minis and put them back in their case because I'm going to be the bomb at the next game night at the guild. People are
Right.
just
So
gonna
as
be
you,
like, I'm playing at her table.
so when you pick those up, they all do some sort of like move or action before
awesome.
they deanimate. And all right, so Shelator, your friend seems to be really enamored with these small replicas of buildings and people.
Mm. Well, I mean, it's no harm in enjoying the little sculptures, I suppose. I'd be careful not to roll any dice, or lest you fall yourself into being obligated to play a game. Because some games that are of this nature will not uh, cease in their relentless assault upon you until you finish the game.
Oh my god, that would make the
Um,
most perfect curse
Right.
dice. Like you
Yep.
can't stop until the game is over.
Yep.
Or you're
Uh,
dead.
or you're dead.
Right.
uh,
Magical
that,
Trump. D&D.
well, it'd be pretty brutal. And they like activate the maze spell. Oh god.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep going through spell books. Anything that
Okay. Yeah, you don't
uh,
find anything that would be kind of overtly magical or spell like. There's a lot of magical theory, a lot of spell theory, and some of it you look at it and you're like, oh, my people proved this wrong centuries ago, kind of thing. And there's some others that are like kind of bleeding edge of blood magic. Some interesting thoughts on that. But all of these seem to be like collected treatises and tomes of lore, a lot of cosmos drawings. You don't find anything else related to um, your people again, but you do find um, maps of like um, the fire plane and or the actual cosmos outside of your crystalline bubble that your current cosmos lives in.
hmm, hmm, hmm. Well, I'm gonna have to get a boat and break some rules of magic to make it work. But I'm sure that 200 years. Yeah, yeah, 200 years. We could do it as fast as we could do it. Yeah, you'll be alive for 200 years, right? You don't
Right.
die like humans do you?
I really have a hard time answering that because really my experience with humans dying is either being eviscerated, burned, melted, otherwise dispersed in dungeons such as this one,
Oh yeah.
or at the end of like pikes and swords and stuff that my people do to humans and the other races.
No, yeah, they don't seem to live very long.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah, you probably have another 200 years easily. We'll start bringing people down into the caves for the mashing press, and I'm sure we could figure out how to coordinates. Yeah, we could make it work. We'll need a reservoir though. Where is that reservoir? Start looking for another door or exit.
Okay. So you kind of search around. Give me a let's see. Just give me an intelligence or wisdom check. Whoever is kind of searching for another door.
I mean, I'll pass it to.
Currently putting stuff away.
Oh, you're busy. You're busy looting.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of depends on how long that'll take, and then I'll rejoin you.
It's a 22.
So Inigo, how many trips do you think it'll take to get safely through the grinding room with all those boxes?
I mean, I'm not sure how to get the door open in the grinding room, so I'm hoping there's another exit. Right now, I'm just prepping everything. The thought did cross my mind that maybe I should just like host guild game night here.
Ooh, nice ambiance too. You don't have to spend any money.
But there's the whole grinding press, so I still need to find.
If they can't get through the grinding press, do they really deserve to play in your game
true.
night?
That is true.
So
helps pay for the house too.
Right. So you got a 22, Shelator. Is that what I heard?
Indeed, yes.
Okay, so you do find on the part of the room that's between you and Inigo, between two of the bookshelves, there's a gap, and there's a secret door that is kind of covered by a rug, but not quite. So you saw the indentations of the latch that you can pull out, and you can pull the door up.
I do so.
All right, so you open that up, and there's stairs that go down.
Oh, it's probably down here. Joe, I'm good. You come on down here with me.
Oh, okay, just hang
little,
on.
just
I need
a
to
way.
hang on. We need to. This chest here is the one that I can put all of these like dwarven forged, like buildings, right?
Yeah. There's a longer one.
I'll just
and then there surrounding the magical stone in the middle are 3 heavy bounded chests too.
Yeah. I mean, they weren't using those ones, but we can always check those out later. Unless those are magical chests that I can put these magical chests into to lighten the load.
That would be amazing. Yeah, like the stacking dolls. Yeah.
And each one makes it lighter.
So what do you guys want to do?
So once I'm done, I'll follow Shelator down the stairs.
Yeah, descend.
All right.
I'm going to regale you with stories of my character, Jeremy, that I play at Guild Night. It's my longest lasting character so far.
Had I been thinking about it, I would have totally made that a game of humans and households.
Right.
And that was one of the best zombie Orpheus productions that I liked a lot.
Yeah, Orifice is vastly different than Orpheus.
Yes, for sure.
That's the hentai version.
Oh, that's funnier than it should be, but I'll take it.
Oh
my goodness. Oh yeah.
Oh,
all right.
Yeah.
So you're going down the spiral staircase?
Down the spiral.
All right.
I thought your name was Inigo.
It is. Why? What do you think it is?
You said you were Jeffrey, and you were.
Oh no! I have a character in this game, like the game that was on the table. We played at Guild Night. I told you need to come to Guild Night sometime.
I joined a guild. That's right.
Yeah,
it's called Monsters and Might.
Right, and we play at the the Griffin Tavern.
Yes. I've been there. Yes.
You have been there.
It's a lot of information. Sometimes it's hard to keep it all in my head.
Right.
Stare at the sun too long, and
I mean, I have mentioned at least a few occasions maybe you shouldn't stare at the sun.
No, but the mysteries. Oh, let's see what's at the bottom of these stairs.
All right. So you walk down these stairs. And you exit it comes out into this hexagonal room that has this pool of red liquid in the middle.
Ah, here it is.
Probably Jello?
Right, are you gelling? And there are 5 dwarves in torn red robes that lie around the pool. There are arcane tattoos visible on their bald heads. And the pool reminds you of a large ceremonial kind of focus point. And it's in the dead center of the room. And all around them are like carvings and runes and like symbols of power and control.
Are these dwarves alive or obviously dead?
They aren't moving, and they have a pallor that would suggest that they're dead.
Okay.
But they're intact, kind of.
They are intact, yeah.
Can I determine the length of time in which they have been dead?
You would need to get closer to really verify that.
Yes, get closer. Yes.
Well, let's see here. This
And
is a
then-
place of power.
On the other side of the room that you entered, looks like there's a opening that leads down into a path that goes further deeper down.
Okay.
So what would you like to do?
Kind of want to know what the function of this place is.
I mean, I assume you look interested and you're heading in to check it out, so I'm going to cover your back and make sure nothing jumps out at you.
Oh, these guys might.
What?
Necromancy and blood magic is just because you're drained of your blood doesn't mean that you're actually not using it. It's probably just out of use at the moment, or I mean, it's still liquid, you see. And do you think it would just like congeal and dry? It's probably been here for 10 minutes or a few decades. I mean, I don't know how long it takes for humans to have legends or mysteries that would haunt children's bedtime stories, but they've been probably dead that long.
Excellent.
At least.
I'm gonna stop, pull out my crossbow, load it, and shoot one.
Okay.
From like a distance, obviously.
From a distance.
All right. So, I'm assuming you're trying to be as far from it as possible.
Yeah, like so I'll start stepping in, and then once he's like, well, they might not be there, I'm gonna be like, oh, okay. And then we'll do the, the death check for a pulse.
So, Shelator, how far did you wander in?
I would be near at this point.
Okay, so, yeah, all of them would be near to you. The other side of the room will be far from you.
Okay.
It's more than a banana.
It's more than a banana across. Let me see if I got my... Here we go. So, roll initiative.
All right.
Look, I detected a pulse of some kind. God damn it.
What did you get, Inigo?
That's a 11.
What did you get, Shelator?
18. I'm a fast wizard.
You are. Because I got a 17.
Oh, goodness. Well, good.
So one of them sits straight up and kind of looks at you.
Hello.
And in a scratchy voice says, hello, welcome here. What do you want to do, Shelator?
Well, I mean, if he's engaging in conversation, I mean, I won't blast his face off. Looks like you've been down here for a little while. I'd say it's probably best to make introductions. The year is 1424, and we are in the year of Aquarius.
Aquarium.
It just starts. It's
Aquarion, sorry, yes, Aquarion.
Its teeth start chattering, and you can see that this dwarf has these long razor, like pointy, like teeth, like a demon's maw almost.
Okay.
Inigo, what would you like to do?
Cackling, I yell, roll for initiative, bitch! And I shoot it.
Waste him with the crossbow! All right. Roll,
13?
let's see. That will hit. The target
exciting.
number in this room is 12.
Okay. So then... 3 points of damage.
It kind of just takes it in the shoulder and starts going chatter, chatter, chatter with its teeth. Okay. Wow, this is interesting.
Is this meta? I can't decide if this is meta or not, because we're players playing characters who one of them is a gamer who's now carrying that over into an actual combat.
Right? I don't know, maybe. Although maybe you're just really into that game, so it's part of your personality,
Right?
and all of that.
Yeah, my parents, tried to take all my books away when I was younger because they were worried I was going to become a demon worshiper.
Because it literally was a demon worshiping magazine, and
They do have instructionals in there. It's demon summoning for youth.
Right? Elves.
All right, so this is interesting.
Uh-oh.
With uncanny speed, this dwarf pops over to you, Shelator.
Hello.
And tries to hit you with these claws that extend out of the tips of its fingers. It's almost like there's something else inside of this dwarf's body that is actually inhabiting it, like a meat suit puppet.
Well, it's not blood.
And let's see, plus. All right, I got a 22 on your against your defense. So it's magic effort, magic rippers tear into your body.
Magic rippers.
Doing 5 points of damage.
Ew.
Ouch.
That hurts. Okay.
All right. Shelator, what would you like to do?
Well, I guess we're not going to be having ourselves a nice conversation about where the fuck my family is, so I guess I'm going to have to kill you. Let's see here. I mean, this is potentially interesting. I'm gonna cast doorway underneath it.
Okay.
Let's see here. Go to any location I have been before, and it remains open for 1d4 rounds. Can I open it up underneath so he falls into the juicer room?
No, that would be interesting. Yeah, does it say anything about orientation or anything like that?
Just a magical doorway.
Yeah, I would say you could
trapdoor.
Do whatever.
Put a trapdoor underneath him.
Okay.
To the juicer.
Haven't you been into the cold vastness of space?
Well, yes, but coordinates for that is a little bit trickier. As it was a while ago, and well, let's just say the last time I sent a few test animals to where I thought they were going, didn't turn out as well as I hoped. That's part of the reason why I'm looking for the right diagram.
Shelator, I have told you we cannot refer to humans as test animals.
Why? This was what they had. Humans are animals. They descended from animals. I think they classify themselves as animals. Something about genus and species.
They just get very upset when you refer to them as test animals.
So Inigo, as you see this thing disappear through the doorway, you start to see another one start quivering.
Okay.
Another one of the dwarven bodies. And claws poke out of its fingertips as well. So what would you like to do?
I'll go ahead and call Shelator's attention to it by shouting, "Over there!" and then shooting it.
All right.
Ideally in the face. I will miss.
Oh, man. Too
Very
bad.
badly.
This next one gets up and with amazing speed covers the near distance. to strike at you, Inigo. This is a 19 beat your defense.
Yes.
And it will do 5 points of magic damage.
Oh, what the hell? I didn't even hit you.
That's all you get out of him. All right, Shelator.
So there's one close to Inigo.
Yes.
Can I create a mechanical device? It's built upon a spring mechanism that will extend a piston to knock the dwarf creature backwards into the open trapdoor, which is, sorry, remove D4. It's open for another 2 rounds.
Okay.
So
And it doesn't disappear for another casting or anything like that.
no.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I would say that would be a hard thing. So roll a 15 or higher, and you'll be able to do that on your D20 plus intelligence.
Yeah. So the device just exists, and then the door exists for 1d4 rounds.
Okay.
So yeah,
cool.
I'm gonna punch it with my piston thing. So it's 12 plus 3 is 15 on the nose.
All right. Yeah, you knock that thing over to the space that's directly in front of you, where the other thing was, where the other demon was standing previously, and goes down into the hole. Although
Stand by for juicing.
And you hear through the open portal, you hear a rumbling, and you see this clawed hand jump up and try to come out, but it can't quite grab the edge. And
that's what having stubby legs will do for you,
right?
Just keep standing there. Just don't worry about it. Probably a few more seconds.
Okay, Inigo, what would you like to do?
Any of the others moving?
No.
Then I'm going to drag one of their bodies to the hole
Uh-huh.
and drop it in.
I gotcha. And as you grab one of their bodies, you notice that this one has like some scrolls rolled up in its one of its pockets.
I'll hold up the body and say, "Grab this." And if Shelator grabs it, great. And if not, also great, because I'm still going to drop the body.
Right.
That.
I hear you.
Right. Totally will. Like if there's scrolls, I want them.
Okay. So you get that, you dump it in there. Is that kind of what your guys going to do? Like try to rinse and repeat? Okay.
We'll only have enough. I guess if you help, we would have enough time to do it.
Yeah, we're down to 2
at
this stage. No, me grabbing the scrolls would have been, so we have 1 round left of this door.
Right.
Yeah, so I'll grab one.
Yeah, I'll grab the other.
Okay. Yep, you get them all down there, it disappears, and then you hear, just as the door is dissipating, you hear this, slam!
I'm really glad we weren't in that room when that happened.
I will wait to see if there's any like liquids falling down to this red pool,
right?
Or
so okay, yeah. So as you wait, you do see that from the ceiling, it does seem to have some like blood grooves in the rocks that come down into the floor and feed into that pool.
Recycling, efficient. I think we could use that voucher that we have. If you want to stick around for a little while, stay in comfort. I'll stay here. Come into town every now and then for a meal and. Excellent.
Right. What would you like to do now?
While Shelator is explaining this, I'm going to attempt to recover. 12 is the DC for this room, right?
That is correct.
And it's the DC for the room that I have to beat to recover?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, that's the number that you're moving your con check against.
Yep, I'm going to fail that one.
I will get berry.
I just realized that Chip is
Did
not
you have 3
playing
berries?
sound.
Uh-oh.
Yep, I will eat one of my berries.
There
Excellent.
you go, Chip.
So Inigo, while he's munching on a berry, what are you doing?
Oh yeah, those berries, and I'll reach into my pocket and pop them in my mouth.
Yeah, so it's a D6 that you would get back after eating one of those.
I'll be right back. 1 second.
While Shelator is wandering around the room, or it could be like, you know, when you go Link Dead and MMOs and you just like walk in space.
Oh yeah, you're running.
Right. I will go ahead and try and recover again. Nope.
Man, you are.
Right?
Your dice don't like you to. Your dice act like mine. One day we should find the magical store that has working dice.
Yeah, I don't think I've rolled under 10 so many times in a single game as today.
Right? I mean, you did your best work at the very entrance with the eels, right?
Right.
When Zelb come running out. Excellent.
So is there another door out of this room?
Yeah, there's a door on the far side of this cavern that goes down. It looks like it has a natural path going even lower below this level.
Is there any way to hide the door from Shelator so it looks like this is the end of the area?
Not unless you have magic.
Damn it.
Sorry, that was the second time that the phone was ringing, so
Weird.
I had to go find out what's going on with that.
All right,
Nothing
what do you
important.
want to? What would you like to do, Shelator? You got this scroll, and then you have the door or the passageway that's going deeper into this cavern system.
What's the scroll? I always check your paperwork first.
Let's see.
There we go.
I just had that. So there's a drawing that has 4 tall crystals in the middle of this. Looks like a depiction of this room that is like the walls are dripping in blood, and there's these 4 crystals that seem to be surrounding a central figure. And there's some alchemical scratches, symbols next to these crystals that seem to indicate, since they are kind of like a modification of like the symbols you learned, it seems like that these power crystals are aligned with both protection and energizing magical effects.
I must get my hands on one of those. Maybe 4.
One of what?
Oh, it's like the crystal upstairs, but purple. The color doesn't matter. The auras have colors, and the stars even have colors. Planets?
Are you sure?
Oh yeah.
No,
Yeah,
the stars
blue.
are all just white.
No. There's blue ones and red ones, yellow.
Right.
You know,
Whatever.
it's
So,
no.
what would you like to do?
Move on down the hallway.
All right. Are you following Inigo?
I was recovering.
All right.
Okay. Ready.
So
I'll catch up.
you make your way down the natural passage. This slants down. It ends. It seems to go on for like over 100 feet downward at an angle. You come to an entrance that is again just a natural passage that was carved. No attempts to make it look like anything was made. And this room, there are 4 hovering crystals floating above a blood red pool in the center of them. there is a creature kneeling with its arms outstretched in the middle. And as he looks over at you, he smiles, revealing curved fangs that are red. And a glow starts to build inside of the crystals. Roll initiative.
Yay! 23.
Yeah, it's my turn to roll low. I've got a 4.
It's like we swap spots.
Yeah. I was fast, but
Right?
I
Right.
catch my breath.
All right. Holy shit. All right. I got a 20. What did you guys get?
23.
4.
All right.
Yes.
I guess this guy gets to go first.
The,
What?
The 24 should be higher than a 20, I think.
This is a straight roll. How'd you get 24?
It's not a dex roll?
No.
Oh, sorry, I
It's a
misunderstood. 19.
It's unmodified.
19 then.
I mean, even so, I can add my stat. It's +8. All right. What would I like to do against you?
Mini boss.
Welcome to my domain. Please come into my sanctum.
Oh, wonderful.
I am Aras. Please come in. And this pool, it goes up to about his waist.
And he's like
standing-
submerged in it.
Yeah. So like
Gotcha.
it's you can only see him from the waist up. So what would you like to discuss? Come in, my children. So who got? So you got a 19, and
Yep.
Nigo, what did you get? You got a 4?
Yep.
Okay, so well, I guess we're rotating though. So I got the initiative. So Shelator, it's your turn.
Would it be an egos?
Yeah, because it
No, because we go clockwise,
Right.
so it's like a
you
Ah,
just figure out who goes
whoever wins
first and then
initiative.
goes.
Yeah.
Right.
I see. No, all right. I'll enter the chamber, but I'm not getting in the pool.
What? I would have
I know,
lost
right?
that bet. Inigo says.
Yeah, that's no shit.
Well, I mean, it's being occupied right now by something else, so.
You
But I
don't,
will
know,
enter the room.
you don't know if he peed in the pool or anything like that.
I don't know. Yeah. I will enter though, and say hello, usual greetings, and such and such.
All right. I'm glad to make your acquaintance. Inigo, what would you like to do?
What does this fellow look like?
He's got horns.
Yeah.
He's got like a bone face.
Like a
And his
skull
wearing
or
looks
like
like-
a
It looks like a kind of like a bone mask kind of thing.
Gotcha.
Except it looks like it's actually his face, and the features have been worn away, so all you can see is kind of the nose opening and the eyes.
are you the game master for tonight? I'm gonna like edge toward the wall
Right,
and kind of like start climbing up like backwards.
right. I gotcha. All right. Well, I don't know what a game master is, but I would like to play a game with you. It's been so
delightful.
long. It's been so long since I've played a game.
Weren't
And I
you
am
playing
so-
upstairs? Aren't those your
No,
minis?
I have recently reincorporated on this plane, and I am terribly, terribly hungry.
Mm.
Would you like to join me for my meal?
Oh, that's what's in the other chest. The Cheetos and the Mountain Dew. I totally didn't even
Right.
think about it.
The flaming hot Funyuns.
Right? Don't eat too many of those.
Shelator, what would you like to do? And those crystals seem to be pulsing faster over time.
Mm.
Like almost like they're capacitors for magic.
But do they appear to be binding this creature to that place, or acting as conduits to feed the creature?
Give me an intelligence check.
Since there's all that blood. That is a 9 plus 3 is 12. So it's 12. What's the DC in this room?
13.
13. I will spend a dice. I happen to have a dice. It's a 1.
Nice.
It's a 13.
All right. So these crystals look exactly like the ones that were depicted on your scroll.
Mhm.
And they don't seem to be binding him. They seem to be empowering him.
In role-playing games, we call that yes, but. Or yes, and.
What would it be that you eat? I could quickly go and get something to feed you if you're hungry for a hot meal, or cold meal if you're looking for something maybe fresh from the river. We know a fisherman, you know.
There's some eel up top.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
Oh,
I don't know if it's edible.
Inigo, is there anything you want to do while Shelator is...
I am going to make a stealth roll to vanish.
Uh-huh. Okay. Go for it.
22.
Okay. It seems your friend doesn't trust me. So he
she's
says,
like that.
He says, motions to you, why don't you come closer? And you feel his mind briefly touch your mind.
Oh.
So roll charisma, and I'll roll charisma.
Is this a spell?
Say what?
Is this a spell?
It is not a spell, but it is magic.
Is magic. Just check one thing real quick. Where are you? Okay. So it needs to be a charisma check.
Yep.
So let's see here. That's 10 plus 1 is 11. I will spend a dice. I will spend a 4. And have a 15.
Oh, nice. All right.
The DC's 15, right?
Well, no, it's an opposed roll with me. I rolled a 4 plus my 8. So you beat me. He goes, oh, you are strong-willed as you eject him from your mind, but you felt like he was trying to compel you to come into the pool with him.
You know, we did just freshly juice someone's upstairs. You can probably get some of that if you want. Bodies for days, although they're a bit mush.
So you have killed my demon spot. How unfortunate. I suppose I will have to kill you now. Shelator, it's your turn.
Well, let's not be talking about killing anyone here. We'll have to do that.
Can you bind it to your will instead?
I
Right?
thought about taking a spell that could do that, but I'm gonna cast
Die, mofo, die.
Right?
yeah, I'm gonna cast Crystal Sanctuary. So extend my shield to my ally within.
Do you have to see
Yes.
him?
That was my
Or is
question.
it just
doesn't-
in near?
It doesn't say. It just says all allies within near. So unless
Okay.
there's like line of sight rules for spells.
It doesn't get that detailed, so I'll just say that your magic seeks out your ally there.
I've done this so many times. It knows.
But it is going to
reveal.
reveal his position
Oh, if it does, then I won't.
because it will draw the little.
Yeah, it will draw the little
hexagon
things.
to-
Yeah. In that
And
case,
you would know that, so I'll leave it to you to decide if you do that. or
no,
not.
she's disappeared. She's doing a thing. So I'm going to arcane missile it.
Okay.
So that's a 12 plus 3 is 15.
Yep.
15. Does that hit?
So it goes streaking in. The crystals pulse, and it hits the creature, but it does no damage, and the creature goes, "Denied, weakling."
Denied.
And the pulsing kind of slows down after it absorbs your blast.
Oh, I see.
All right, Inigo, what would you like to do?
So I can move at like a normal speed with these gloves. So can I climb over this demon, like on the roof?
Yeah,
How long would that take me?
I mean, it would be, it's near, so you can move and then have an action.
Okay, so I'm going to do that, and my action is going to be to
Drop down on it.
Well, to dab my finger in that vial of invulnerability oil and draw a 20 on my head, and that'll be my turn.
All right, roll a 1d8.
A D8, you say?
A d8.
Oh shit! Hang on, I've got one of those somewhere. There it is. It's hiding. 3.
All right. So you'll have, starting at your next turn, you'll have 3 rounds
Okay.
of invulnerability. All right. I can hear you, little one. Show yourself, but for now, I shall dine on your friend, I suppose. And hurls a deadly dart at
Not just a normal dart.
a deadly dart
Deadly dart.
at your friend here. Does a 13 hit you, Shelator?
13 is the AC.
All right. So lose 5 points of
Ew.
hit points. Just half a heart of damage.
That hurts.
I've got more where that comes from.
Okay.
All right. Shelator, it's your turn.
Well, this is probably gonna hurt you more than it hurts me. Probably. I am going to cast Arcane Blast, Missile, Eldritch, whatever.
All of it!
Right.
All of the thing.
Super Eltron! Blast!
My spammable damage action against one of the crystals.
Ooh, nice. All right.
That is an 18 plus 3 is a 21.
That'll hit for sure. So do whatever your magic thing is, and
That is a 6 plus 3 is 9.
Okay. That crystal cracks really badly.
I'm gonna make it crack some more. I'm gonna spin the skull coin.
Okay. The crystal shatters.
Blam!
And he looks up and he looks physically like jarred. You think you
That's
are
what I
found.
figured.
You think you are clever. You will just die that much faster.
It's not quite how that works.
Inigo.
Well, seeing that, I'm going to attempt to do the same thing, but I'm going to essentially release off the top and jump onto the crystal and try and stab it with the dagger.
Okay, let me better describe what happened when he shattered that. So, all the crystals, the light went out of them when that shattered.
Oh, all of them did. Gotcha.
Yep.
Well, then I will revert, change my aim, and do the same thing, but to him.
Okay. With what dagger? Are you using your magical one?
The magical one, yeah.
Okay. Excelente. All right. So, yeah, you drop down on him. You know what? Give me a dex check to make sure that you're, like, not going to, like, bounce off of him as you drop from the ceiling.
Gotcha. 18.
All right. 100%. You grab onto him. Do your attack.
Oh, 21.
Ooh, was that a natural 20 by chance?
No.
Okay. Then roll your... So your dagger is magical, so you get to use the magical die with it.
Just like roll the die instead of the weapons and tools?
Yeah, instead of weapons and tools, you would use the magic die to roll your effort. With
9.
with that. All right. You stab him. It doesn't put him down, but it has significantly hurt him, it looks like.
And that is 1 round down. I have 2 rounds of invulnerability left.
You will die.
Yeah, eat me.
So, he does a force wave.
Is that a spell?
Say what?
Is that a spell?
It is.
Excellent. Stand by.
Oh, gets to finally use it.
I'm gonna bend magic.
You're gonna what?
I'm gonna bend magic. I'm redirecting his spell. I'm gonna redirect a spell.
Oh shit.
So I'm gonna reroll. I'm gonna roll an int. So that's 12 plus 3 is 15.
Okay.
I'm gonna target him with a spell.
Oh, all right, nice. That's interesting because your friend's attached.
Yeah.
All right,
that's
he
fine.
he flings himself across the room, landing with a thud against the wall. So Shelator, roll the weapon damage die, which is a D6, I think.
D6.
And we'll add his effort to it since it's a spell that he binged back on it.
Nice.
Okay, so that's 4.
All right, so he has +4 effort, so he takes 8 damage, and it looks
Can I
like
add one from my ring?
No, because technically it was
Okay.
it was his roll, but I wanted you to roll it.
Okay.
And so that some rubble breaks off the wall, and some of his bones break off of his, like you knock off part of his horn, and another piece of his rib breaks off. Now, Inigo, give me a hard dex save to avoid being slammed up against the wall.
I know, I'll ride him.
Along with this guy.
I'll ride him over there. I'll just hang on and go for the ride. Because I'm invulnerable, so...
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm completely
Right.
fine with
100%.
with hanging on. I'm just like, yes!
All right, well, you maintain your grip on him. And so you're kind of still on him. What is it that you would like to do?
You know, I found that it's very difficult for demons and other creatures to continue casting spells and trying to eat you and stuff when they don't have a head. So I'm going to try to carve his head off with my knife.
All right. All right, roll your attack.
Come on, big money. That is not a... Oh, no, it's not a crit. My
Damn.
crossbow crits on 19s, but not my dagger.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
So 23.
23. All right, excellent. Yeah, you do hit him. So what's your effort on that?
And that would end up being 7.
7. All right. Another good hit on him.
Why won't you come off?
You feel him pressing into your mind. Then you go. Roll a charisma roll, and it'll be contested against mine.
Come on, big money.
Fucking shit.
That's 15.
Yeah, I rolled an 8.
Oh.
You eject him out of your mind.
I'm like, I'm your dungeon master, baby.
Oh, that's creepy as shit. Shelator, what would you like to do to this creature?
Well, I mean, I figure I might as well show him a thing or two about blood magic. I'm going to fling another arcane bolt at it.
All right.
16 plus 3 is 19. Then I'm going to use my Dark Pact to sacrifice any amount of my hit points to boost any one roll. Now, you said if I take 6 or more, I'm disfigured. Is that it?
I'm sorry, say that again.
So you'd say about 6 or more hit points if I spend it on this, or if you lose 6 or more hit points, you would be disfigured?
No, that was a special acid thing.
Oh,
that was
gotcha.
Special to that attack.
Okay.
Because it'd
I
be
spent
cool
10
cinematically.
I spend 10 hit points to add
Oh,
to a D10.
sweet.
So it's 15. Can I spend a dice as well?
Oh, from your ring? Yeah.
Yep. I will add another 5. I do 20 points of damage to this creature.
Damn, that's 2 hearts worth.
Blam!
So based on the damage that Inigo's already done and what you've done, you guys estimate that this was probably a 4-heart creature. So it's still got some life in it, but not much.
I mean, I'll cough up some blood. That's blood magic, bitch!
Inigo, what would you like to do?
I am going to go ahead and stab it in the eye,
Okay.
as one does.
So do you want to try to double your damage by making it a hard roll?
Yes.
Okay. Since you're going for its eye.
Yeah.
Usually you need a special property on your weapon, but
Oh, gotcha.
I think this is appropriate.
So 21.
To hit?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because hard would be 18. So yeah.
And what do I add to it for the damage?
Oh, roll your weapon damage twice.
Twice? Okay. That's what
Yep.
I thought, but I wasn't sure. Not great.
You had yeah. Okay.
8.
8.
You fuckers!
And then I'm going to run away from it.
Do you leave your knife in its eye socket?
It's tempting. It's tempting. I wiggle it around a bit just to really, like blend up the eye material, and then I pull it out and run.
Okay, so yep. So it's withdraws out of nowhere comes this sword, and it looks like it's curved, and it's made out of this red metal, and it has a black handle.
Yeah, I'm ruined! Kill these bastards!
And so I can attack near foes, which everybody's near to it.
Yeah.
Up to 3 foes in 1 attack. It's going to do
Ooh.
attack.
Well, I
Oh,
did
no.
everything I was going to be able to do, so it's up to you
Right.
there, John, if you survive this.
So
Well,
it rolls a 20.
Natural or?
No.
Okay.
And so does everybody get hit by that, I take it?
Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah.
Okay. It does ultimate damage.
Roll a
Come
1.
on. I hate D12s because the range looks impressive until you actually roll the fucking dice.
Right.
Come on. I rolled a 2. So
Ah,
6 points of damage.
Whew,
to both
I
of you.
survived.
I'm down.
Are you?
No shit.
Yeah, well, I used 10 points to
That's
Yeah.
true.
blast him in the
That's
face.
true. That's true.
I used blood
man.
magic.
And he's like, "That's blood magic, bitch."
I did more damage, so I still won.
All right, so since you're at 0 hit points, on
Yep.
your next turn you'll roll a d4 to determine what you're doing. So Inigo, what would you like to do now?
I think it's now Shelator's turn, isn't it?
No, I guess that's right. Yep, so it is your next
Oh.
turn. Yep, so roll a d4 and don't roll what Jeremy rolled.
That's a 4.
Oh,
So
nice.
the clock will get 3 my next turn, right?
It'll hit 3 on your next turn. That's right.
Okay, so now do I
Um,
roll a d20? This is a con check.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, it's an 8, but I believe.
Oh, hang on. That was a straight roll for you, wasn't it, Jeremy? You're trying to hit a 20, just like in D&D, I think.
Yeah, if you rolled a 20, then
So
you
on a dying,
stabilize.
so yeah, so roll unmodified D20, and you stabilize on a 20.
Okay, so if I failed the con, I can roll again once, right? With the iron gut belt.
Well, it's not a con check.
I see. I understand. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's a 7.
Okay. This is not a 20, so you are still in a state of dying. Inigo, what would you like to do?
So I'm going to turn, flip the blade of the dagger so I have it in my hand, and wing it at his other eye. This is it. This is the make it or break it move. We're all going to die. 19.
Nice.
Oh, did I mention that the difficulty now is double super hard?
Right?
Yeah,
Double super hard.
that's right. Yeah, 19 definitely beats the target number.
Okay.
So,
And that's on hard?
say what?
And that's hard?
Yeah, it would be 18.
Okay.
Because
Because I was checking at his other eye.
yeah.
Much better. 13.
Points of damage?
Yeah.
Damn,
Nice.
son.
Right?
He's like, ah! His fucking head explodes and he falls down.
His
The
fucking
sword-
head explodes.
The sword clatters
Yes.
to the ground. Take a hero point for that last
Oh,
ditch
nice.
Hail Mary. All right, so now roll another Shelator. It's your turn. So roll a
So
d20.
I'm at 3. 4. Yeah, fail.
Okay. All right, so Inigo, what would you like to do?
So I'm going to walk over to Shelator and look at his future.
You've lasted longer than any of my other companions.
I'm going to walk
See you
over
later.
and look at Shelator's future corpse and be like, there's a reason that my companions have never made it out of dungeons.
This is why they
Just
sign all the
kidding.
paperwork.
Right? Just kidding. Mostly. I will take out one of those berries, lay it on the ground
Okay.
next to him, and if he wakes up, he'll be able to eat it.
Oh my
And-
god, that's so hilarious.
That's the way to do it.
I'm just kidding, because I actually need Shelator to. I figured out how to get the stuff out of the dungeon. Is he cast that door spell back
Yeah.
to the tavern? All right, so I need Shelator still. So I will
That's
feed.
legit.
I will feed Shelator that good berry.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you didn't use your hero coin on that damage too, that you did on him earlier.
Oh
Shelator.
yeah, Shelator could have done that.
Or gave it to
No,
you
I
to
used
use.
I
on
used my
the,
hero coin on blowing up the crystal.
Oh, is that where that came from? I
Oh.
must have missed that. I didn't consciously register that. I
Yep.
don't think. Okay, I thought you
figured I
just
need to
rolled
do,
hella
like-
good.
No, I needed to do
Nice.
ultimate damage to that thing.
Yeah, hell yeah, you did
Yeah,
too.
those are expensive to replace. Ugh,
The
make me break the house.
Right?
Yeah, so out of all the adventures that I read through, this was the most interesting one. But yeah, that you guys made that last longer than I thought it was going to.
Nice.
I like the role play today. That was fun. So basically, yeah, we're at the end of the adventure. You keep the guy from coming back, and
Nice, nice. What's I'm gonna go look at that sword, nudge it with my toe, see if it
Right.
like put my foot on it. Does it talk to me? Is it like
no, but it's it is called Ruin.
right?
It has a near reach, strikes up to 3 foes in 1 attack,
Mm.
and it does
Mhm.
ultimate damage that is magical in nature.
That is
Mhm.
awesome.
I'll cast Identify on it. Tell me its history.
It's been forged in the bowels of evil. It was
Oh,
demon
ooh.
spawn made
Mm. What's its purpose?
to kill.
We do a lot of that.
So,
Probably
Shelter, that's all great and everything, but I need you to tell me what's in these other chests. Are these like more
Oh.
dwarven forged buildings, or are they?
No, man, that would have actually been like their cache of actual magic items
Right.
and stuff. So each chest would have probably been like a couple of rolls on the loot tables. But had you since we're at the end here, had you tried to had you touched those chests, that magical thing would have started zapping the fuck out of you every round.
That's what I
until
figured.
Ouch.
Until you figured out how to get over it.
Right.
It really doesn't have a way to defeat it in the thing, although I would have let you guys blow it up, right?
Right.
It's really meant to kind of drive you from the room, I think, into the lower parts of the dungeon to come across these dwarves and this blood grotto.
Well, Shelator, let me tell you, next time game night, I will let you borrow one of my minis, one of these new minis, the moving one.
Oh,
You were gonna have
yes.
so much fun.
Is that what you
I-
did? Go ahead.
Like after all of this, Inigo's just super stoked to have new minis for Guild Night game night.
So is the division going to be like Shelator gets the library and you get everything on the gaming table?
Yes.
That's fine. I mean, Shelator now has a portal to here. Pretty direct travel.
Right? It
Yep.
has a built-in security system. Sort of.
So what
The
you're saying is
juicer.
we can have game night here?
Well, I mean, yeah, they're the ones who survive, I suppose. The others are just attacks.
But you can
yeah.
just portal people in.
Well, yeah.
We're gonna have to
Few
get
coins, I
rid of
suppose.
the.
See, you
Let's-
portal the people you want to come, and
Right.
then you have the gauntlet for those that you don't really want to show
Right.
up.
Then they're worthy.
We need
yeah,
to
I
get
mean-
control of the eel situation so that we can don't want to get rid of them because how do you make unagi without eel?
Right.
But having them just running around and forming giant Voltron eels and shit, that's probably not the best. So we need to figure something out. But I think we should totally make this the game den for the guild.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
that'd
gotta
be
make sure we
funny.
don't overfish them. Like
So,
magic fish.
before you had found a way to collect those eels, this is what I like and dislike about the system at the same time. This adventure was eels can emerge from any crack or space in any location. They will continue to grow in number until killed or the tide is somehow stemmed, right?
Huh.
And the more they grow, the more hard they are to get together. And it was if any single swarm reaches 6 hearts, the whole room becomes impassable until you are able to chop them up and get rid of them and shit. But I didn't do that piece because you guys were just two. Had we
Right.
had like 4 or 5, right? But as an action, they can multiply, and they get 1 more heart. Each heart they have an action.
Oh, holy crap.
Ooh.
Yeah, and
Those
they
are
have +2 stats and +2 effort. So they could get to the point of where they could attack and bind you and multiply.
Damn.
And then really cut, yeah.
Right?
And this guy, I reduced his stats because, again, you guys were where you're at, but he's 5 hearts. He has a +8 to stats, and I didn't really reduce that. I just rolled really shitty. +4 to effort, and I gave him 1 turn, but he normally has 2 turns per action.
Gotcha.
And
Oh wow.
basically has Charm Person, Force Wave. He can do Tentacles, regenerate, and he regenerates if he sacrifices his turn. He refills 1d4 hearts,
Wow.
not hit
Wow.
points, but full fucking hearts.
That's crazy. It's pretty
And-
interesting because
yeah.
like if it wasn't for some of the dice rolls, but like the potion you gave us, and then Shelator bounding his spell back, that was amazing.
Yeah.
If it weren't for those 2 things, I think we would have been posed.
And yeah, there's like a whole bunch of contingencies. So the philosophy behind his system and what he promotes as DMing is like this adventure has contingencies for if it's a party wipe. Like you come back as their minions, or you get
Right.
other that kind of shit, or you get
Nice.
to try again, but you've been stripped of all your shit, stuff like that. And
Like this one would be
Oh.
cool if it was like if you died at a certain point but the dwarves were still alive, you come back as
Yeah.
the dwarves who are trying to like do something against the guy instead. They're like, this is our secret plan or something.
Yeah.
Like write that in there and give them stats. That'd be fun.
so I felt like this was a fun adventure.
Yeah.
I reduced it because really this should have been something you guys had after like probably a few weeks of playing and leveling up
Right.
a few times, because like one of his abilities is Blood Drinker, and if you were at 0 hit points and he was close to you, he could take a sip of your dying body. It takes your timer to 1,
Ah,
and it refills him to full HP.
Oh damn. That is harsh. Crazy.
wow.
Yeah, it's all kinds of crazy shit that this guy has. That's kind of what I like about the system. And it's meant to really kind of go gonzo and still have some fun.
It's
with what
Runehammer,
you can
right?
do. Runehammer, yeah.
Hmm.
And I don't know the guy's actual name because he goes by Hanker Infernal, which sounds like it's either a modification of his name or made up. And then all of his art is done under the title of Brandish Gilhelm. So,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Well, I posted
But
a
yeah,
link
it's kinda
to get the Master Edition on Drive-Thru-RPG. You can also get a print version from Modifius Games.
Modiphius. Yep.
I think I
Yep.
have
And eventually, I have the collector's edition on order. Hopefully, it was supposed to be delivered now, but it's still waiting to cross the pond and get here.
Oh,
I
did
think.
he also make Viking Death Squad?
Yeah, same guy.
Gotcha. Interesting.
He's also working on he also made this game called Hard Suit, and he's working on a game using Modifius's 2D20 system. It's a space game as well.
Space game.
Yeah. So I would like to play the space version of this at some point.
Yeah, we'll have to do that.
Get some spaceships going and whatnot. I think for my pickup games and maybe even like a campaign, I'm a little burnt out on DMing D&D, so I might actually switch to this for my DMing itch for a while.
Yeah.
And scratch those. Like, I haven't DM'd forever, so it was like trying to learn this system and DM was like, hopefully it didn't suck for the watchers.
I think for the most part, there was very little downtime. I feel like we did pretty well.
Yeah, for sure. And one of the philosophies of his system is, if things start to bog down, throw a timer out.
Nice.
And that's kind of what I did with those eels. I wasn't for sure what the fuck I was going to do if we got to like 0,
Yeah.
other than fight those eels again. But
Well,
Well,
Inigo
that was
is
just
very
frustrating.
grateful to Shelator for him convincing her to go into it because now, I mean, this is like hundreds of non-denominational coin pieces worth of Dwarven Forge minis and
Right,
buildings
right.
and stuff. So she is totally happy and is glad that you were part of her guild.
Oh, that's not right. I'm part of a guild now.
Yeah, remember you filled out the paperwork?
Oh
You,
yes, yeah.
you
Oh
know,
yeah.
There may have been a power of attorney to Inigo in that.
Probably. What?
Well, thanks for playing. I appreciate it, guys.
Thanks
that
for
was fun.
running. And thanks everybody
Yeah,
for
no problem.
watching today. It's appreciated. This will be on YouTube in a couple of days, and I'll post links to the places you can go pick up Index Card RPG. And I think there's some forums. Is that right? As far as fan-made stuff.
Oh yeah. I think it's. I don't remember it off the top of my head. But
Is it
it's,
on his website forums? Because I saw that there's forums on there. When I find those links, I'll post them because there's also some really fun-looking stuff that fans have made.
Yep.
So
Runehammer.online is where everything's at.
nice. Cool. Well, thanks everybody, and see you next time. Bye.